southwest corner of the map, and then hunkered down, taking a long rest. You guys see your gnome artificer / wizard / everyday crazy person. We miss you, Mike. Hope everything gets sorted out at work pretty quickly. He said that he just needed to clean his gun, but you see that his thunder cannon has been completely disassembled. Everything neatly labeled, and he's just staring there looking at it, not saying a word.
Nothing weird about that.
Mm-hmm.
It looks like he's on pause.
You see him just scanning around. He's looking, and he just turns up and goes, "I'm missing a part."
Ooh, yikes.
I hand him my hammer.
That was the part. Thank you. No. Yeah. No, that wasn't the part. He sits there, he just looks at the hammer and goes, "What do you plan to do with that?"
There's all sorts of cool stuff you can do with this.
I'm just going to have to believe you.
All right.
So with him and his disassembled gun, he begins walking around the room. He's making a search. It looks like it's going to have to spend the next 3.5 to 4.5 hours of gameplay to figure out where that part was and put it all back together. Oh, no.
How convenient.
Seriously, Mike, I really hope that you get things sorted out with work. But at this point, the Nepheron begins to put on his glasses of various colors. Stands up and says, "Well, there's only one place left in the temple that we've yet to explore. I believe it's time."
I think you're right.
All right. So let's go ahead and move all the party in the center of the map so I can copy the party.
Just to remind the rest of the party, you guys did all your long rest stuff, right?
Yes.
What, since last time?
Yeah, so it just...
Because we ended on a long rest.
Yeah.
Like
I believe
full health
that was when I spent that time mending my armor.
Mm-hmm. Yep.
So I'm still down spell slots, but everything else is good.
Okay.
Maybe I should actually copy the group before I send it down to the next map.
Nah.
Technology makes everything easier, guys. Except for you have no idea how to use the technology.
That sounds problematic.
Oh no, you all disappeared on the map. Oh no.
I'm a great bard. My invisibility is top notch.
Oh no.
One time I stealthed so good that retroactively no one had ever seen me.
Okay, Vax. Okay, so you guys are back onto the bottom floor. Let's map the top floor. That makes things very, very hard. So just remember that this here's the statue of the God of Secrets.
Right.
And then these rooms over here are the ones that you have not explored yet.
Okay.
And then let's see here. You have magically locked door to that room, magically locked door to this room, and this room.
Can we can we try to figure out what spell we would need or like how to open these doors, like with like an Arcana check or something like that?
If Tony was here, yes, I will allow Crispin to make an Arcana check because I think he'd be world.
Yeah.
Can I do like the help action to like give him advantage?
Not really, considering how new you are to the world of magic. Your magic's been given to you to a patron's pact, not really due to your understanding of how magic works.
Okay.
All right. That is 8 plus 2, 10.
You've heard of some spells that there are some spells that do exist that will allow you to open magically locked doors and kind of act as a magical lockpick. You've seen other people in your life use such spells, but it's been held as a secret, as most individuals who try to break into buildings tend not to give away their tactics, because that just floods the market for people who can break into things. You know it exists. You're certain that if you coerce the right person, you can get access to this spell, but you don't know specifically what you're looking for yet.
Do I feel any magical barrier that would prevent me from like dimension dooring through?
That one can be investigation or arcana, your choice, and let me know what you choose.
Let's see which one gets me better. They are the same, so I'll go with arcana. And that's a nat 20.
You see that the magic is kind of isolated towards the door in this regard. You haven't seen what's on the other side of the room, so you have to make your best guess as to where to dimension door to.
Right. Okay. So I can go in there, but I might be infused with a couch or something.
Yes. You might get thrown back and take force damage because you accidentally teleported too far.
Okay.
You know dimension door, and you know it well enough to say, hey, there's a risk.
I don't think
Let's
it's
see.
necessarily worth it.
Let's see if I can bring 2 other people with me, I think. If I cast that level 5, but yeah, that's our only option that I can do.
I think we're gonna need that spell slot probably for something else. So
That's Geralda chimes in, just kind of meekly going, excuse me, I would imagine that somewhere they might have written down a way to get through the magic. I imagine that in times of justification, they may need to bring some of these vestiges out. So I don't think just sealing the door shut with magic.
Fair enough. Can I bust out that Wanda's secret passage that
Wand of Secrets?
Yes.
Yeah, you can definitely bust that out. That's why you have it.
Okay, I want to play with my wand a little.
Everybody's a little weirded out.
you don't get to tell me how I feel.
Thank you.
Yeah, roll for being weirded out then.
I'm gonna roll a D100. I'm 22% weirded out.
Yep.
And then I'm a little weirded out by how unweirded he is.
Roll for.
Let's just roll our feelings a lot more.
Alright, so I'm going to pull the wand out and act like I know how to use it.
All right. Go ahead and make a performance check for me.
Ooh. Luckily, I should have a good adjustment on it. That's a 16 adjustment with a plus 10.
Okay.
16
So as you
total.
sit there and begin, it starts off a little shaky, but eventually you sit there and wave the wand around like you're conducting a orchestra. And as soon as you begin to just circle it around right at the end with this little flourish, the spell discharged, and nothing happens. That's not how Wand of Secrets work. You know that there is a magical lock, but you know the doors aren't trapped.
Okay.
Yeah.
Have we considered just smashing these doors down at all, or?
Well, I'm not much of a powerhouse, so it's usually not my first choice.
Where's that damn tinker when we need him? I can just smash his head through.
Smash cut to Tony and goes, what if I put this part over here? Smash cut.
All right. Well, I think guys, we need to maybe face the music here and push forward into those rooms we haven't been into yet, and just be ready to fight a very powerful being.
I would imagine that if we can find the place where maybe the headmaster of the temple, whoever ran the temple is, we might be able to find the codes for the doors.
Okay. We haven't been in any of these 3 rooms back here, right?
Correct.
Okay. I guess starting with the one that probably looks like it has an open door on the left.
This one looks like the door has been blown out.
Okay. I would like to...
So, yeah, just a heads up before you go.
Yeah.
The door is in shambles. Stone pieces litter the outside where literally Crispin is standing right now.
Okay.
So this went out, not in.
It blew out. Yes.
I want to, like, as I'm approaching the door, I want to try to stay out of, like, visual range of the opening. Like, in case someone was inside, I want to try to be out of their field of view, basically, as I approach the opening and, like, look in to see if there's anybody in there.
Okay, hold on a second. I'm going to ask you that again once I reread the section, because it's not the most streamlined.
Okay.
X26. The fuck was X26? So many things that they reference in other parts of the map.
Mm-hmm.
All right, yeah, so as you look in, you sit there and see the amber doors that once sealed this great stone room have been smashed, their pieces lying amid crushed bones, armor, and weapons. Towards the room itself is 30 feet high, and it's a very flat ceiling. There's a 10-foot square hole in the northwest corner. But you see that there used to be a setting here, like a platform, something about the size of an amber golem to stand guard there. But you can see that all the smashing there makes it believe that the amber golem was activated and led out of this room.
Oh, okay. So there's no signs of life in the room?
No signs of anything that is currently living. You see the remains of some individuals throughout the room, scattered around 3 individuals. You can see on bone size, they're humanoid and about medium size, but they've been decomposing for so long. Trying to figure out what race they are is a hard task.
Okay. Are the skulls bleached white?
No.
Okay.
They are upon smashed.
Okay. I will I'll give an all clear signal to the group and step in and see if there's anything to be found in there.
As you look in, and let's make some random rolls. You end up searching some of the pockets of the thieves, and you end up finding 96 silver pieces.
Oh.
And you find 2 potions of healing.
Oh, okay. Nice.
Yeah. And a scroll of mass healing word.
All right. I will give the 96 silver to Hagrid. I will keep one of the potions of healing and give the other one to my squishy friend Crispin. And you said it was a scroll of mass healing word.
Yes.
Who would like that?
I've already got 2 curing spells, and so I can cure myself also if someone else needs the potion that doesn't have a way to cure themselves.
I think I'm the only one who can't, right? I think.
So if you'd like to keep both potions, then you feel free.
Don't you have cure wounds, Laven?
I do not anymore.
Oh, okay. Then you can take the other potion then.
Okay.
Who wants the scroll though?
I guess I'll take the scroll. If no one
Yeah,
else
I already have mass cure wounds, so it's kind of redundant.
Okay. All right. So Haggard, here's the scroll. That was a pretty nice little boon there.
Mm-hmm. It's almost like the room was called Plundered Treasury.
Ooh. Is there anything else of note in the room?
You do see, after you sit there and plunged everything, there are, make a investigation check for me.
Okay. All right. Investigation. That's adjusted 20.
All right, and everybody else, what's your passive perceptions?
17.
Okay. Okay.
12.
All right. So, Layton, you notice as Lucian is searching through all of these former living bodies, corpses, I believe the word for that is, that as soon as he walks away from one, there's something kind of weird with how the room looks, right where the individual final resting place is at. You don't see anything, but there's like weird bends and perspective errors that you're noticing. Lucian, as you finish searching the third thief's belongings, you turn around and you're able to see the same things. There's something that is currently invisible near your person. You're able to count 3 of these. Levin, you're able to notice 4 of these.
You see what I'm seeing here?
Yeah. Are these? Like, what is this?
I'm going to stab at it.
I want you to make an attack roll with disadvantage.
It's 14.
14, and I'm assuming that you're using your rapier.
Yes, sir.
Okay. That will hit. So go ahead and roll damage.
8 piercing.
8 piercing damage. Okay. As you sit there and go through, you can see there's this as you lunge your rapier through it, a corporeal ghostly form begins to appear around your rapier as you just see this look of pain, and it begins to screech. And because I'm so hungover, I'm not going to make the sound. At this point, I would like everybody to roll initiative. Okay.
All right.
Here's the fun part, taking control of both sides of a combat with Neferon and Esmeralda. Okay. 25 to 20.
22.
23.
20.
Oh my god, you guys.
We were
We
ready.
came ready to fight. Yeah.
Well, I'm next at 12.
You said 12?
Yep.
That will bring us to Leovan being first to act again. As you're here, you see that individual right there.
That's the only one I see.
It's the only one that you are aware specifically of its existence.
Okay. And I can't really do that because I don't want to hurt Lucian.
Thank you.
This feels like we might need the hit points.
Yeah. I wonder if
Alright,
I should have
let's-
not stabbed them and just tried to leave.
Yeah, I just, wanted to see what it was.
The
No,
road
I mean-
not traveled, guys.
It was true to character, but
Yeah, I'm stabbing him with my rapier.
All right, go for it.
20.
20 hits.
And that is 10 piercing.
Okay. As this one goes through, you end up making a nice little Zoro-like L right through the chest, and you cut a little bit of the like a giant wisp into there, and you're really proud of yourself, and then immediately just congeals right back. Unfortunately, it did not look to create the lasting damage you intended it to. It still did damage. It still did
Okay.
damage, but not as much as you thought it would.
So I'm feeling like this is one where I gotta switch weapons. So I'm gonna switch to my flaming longsword and take a swipe.
Okay.
That is a 17.
17 will hit.
And ew. 1, 2, 4 slashing
Okay.
and 3 fire.
As this one comes down, you hear more blood-curdling screeches as the fire cuts through the body again. As it congeals, it looks a little miserable. Now granted, it started off miserable, but now it's even more miserable. Like, imagine you sat there and you lost your job, but then you also had to talk to Chandler's girlfriend from Friends, the one that kept on having the really weird laugh.
Janice.
Yeah, thank you. Yeah, it's now that level of irritating. Yep. Anything else?
No, I don't think I can do anything else.
All right, Lucian.
All right, I would like to draw BAO and take a swing at the ghost that we can see.
Okay.
That's a 21 to hit.
21 will hit.
Okay. Do I get 2 rolls sneak attack damage?
You do because of Leovan.
Okay. All right. Um, 25 damage.
25 damage. As this one comes through, and you slash through with BAO, Fog Trail just sits there, slashes down, and it looks as the spectrum in this case looks to like try to coalesce again. The fog ends up sucking the spirit and heads back into BAO. There looks to be nothing remaining at all of the enemy after that strike.
Woohoo. I would like to then kind of like point BAO at the next anomaly and fire Eldritch Blast at it.
Roll with disadvantage because you cannot see it.
All right.
Guessing at its location.
Beam number 1 is a 10. Beam number 2 is a 11.
They both miss. Is this one? It just fires around into random locations. You thought that you're timing it up with how the room is bending. However, you are unable to sit there and actually strike true to an enemy.
Okay. That's it for me then.
All right, Hagrid.
Is there room for me to get around and into the room?
Yes, you'd be. Part of the mechanics here assume that creatures that are friendly to you will move out of the way so you can move.
All right. I then look for whatever it is that they're currently fighting.
All right, roll.
Yeah.
Roll an investigation check here. That'll count as your bonus action to see if you can find a location.
16.
16. You are able to find 2 of these individuals located in this square and this square.
All right. I will attempt to strike the one closest to me then.
All right, go for it. Roll with disadvantage because you're aware of it, but you don't specifically see it.
Oh. That's an 11.
An 11 will miss, unfortunately.
Okay. That's all I can do.
You don't have extra attack?
No.
No?
Oh, clerics don't get extra attack.
Well, that's lame.
Somebody took my bonus from me.
Yes, because you tried to look and investigate things. At this point, the specters themselves are going to make attacks at you, and in order to do so, they do reveal themselves. So we are going to have, how many attacks are they able to make? Literally 1. All right. So we're going to have 1 attack on Hagrid and 2 on Lucian. As they begin to just take their hands out and just try to grasp right at your faces. The first one is a 10 to Hagrid, which I'm assuming misses.
Correct.
Now for Lucian, that will be a 13 to hit
Misses.
and a 6 to hit.
Also misses.
It's almost like these guys are just as bad in death as they were in life. That brings us to Crispin.
Okay. I will come forward.
Mm-hmm.
And I will target this guy with some vicious mockery, saying, "The best thing about you being nearly invisible is I don't have to look at your ugly face."
Nice.
And he has to succeed at Wisdom 16.
So he rolled that, and his Wisdom is +0. That's a failure. He sits there. You've never seen like a ghost go into a full Charlie Brown look at his shoes, ba-da-ba, ba-ba, and roll damage.
That is 6 damage.
6 damage. He took 6 points of embarrassment there. Nice work.
Very nice. And now, at the risk of embarrassing myself, I will swing at him with my sword.
Yeah, go for it.
And that is a nat 1.
Self-fulfilling prophecy.
At this point, you sit there and you reach for your sword as you try to slash through. It's actually kind of really cool to look at if you were trying to do it. You slash down, and you judge the distance entirely, and the sword just goes right back into your scabbard. It was like the most forceful sheathing of your sword that anyone has ever seen. Yep. At this point, Nephiron is up as he begins to look in here. And what is the dimensions of this floor? What is Nephiron going to do?
Do something crazy. Do something crazy.
You know what? I like this idea here. He is going to sit there and look at this creature right there as he pulls out a feather and he just begins waving it over, and he's going to cast Tasha's Hideous Laughter as he's just waving this feather around. It looks a little ridiculous. However, the ghost fails its saving throw. Now I got to check to see if it's immune to the condition or not. All right, so as he sits there and waves his feather around, you just see the specter begin to go. Normally, you've seen everybody fall down on the ground in uncontrolled laughter, but the specter itself is holding position, but it looks outrageously distracted right now. Everyone, if you actually, no, I'm not going to share with that right now. Next up is Esmeralda, as she looks into there, and based off the number of friendly targets, she's going to hold her action. She's going to hold a spell until she can get a clean shot at a creature. That brings us back up to the top. Laven.
All right. I'm going to spin around and swing at this dude.
Okay, the laughing guy?
Yeah.
All right, roll with advantage.
24.
24, I believe, hits.
If I count right.
It hits by a lot.
6 slashing.
Okay.
4 fire.
All right. As this one comes down, so do me a favor, double those dice because it's because of its state.
So 12 slashing, 8 fire. Oh wait, so double the dice, not the total.
Yes.
Okay. Well, it's still 8 fire, and then 9 slashing.
As this one goes through, you hit it right in the back of its ghostly neck, and the head just begins to plop down, and it's still laughing there on the ground, but now you have a headless ghost.
Creepy.
Yeah.
I'm afraid.
A headless ghost that's laughing like it just saw Showtime with the Apollo episode. Next up? No, it's...
Wait, I get one more swing.
Okay.
Yep.
11 to hit.
11 unfortunately misses.
Okay.
Yep.
I
Yep.
swiped at where its head was supposed to be, I guess.
That's that's exactly what you did. Lucian, you're up next.
All right. The one to my left here is Chuckle Ghost.
Yes.
All right. Well, I don't like that sound, so I'm going to take a swing at it. Is that with advantage because of the hideous laughter?
Not anymore.
Not anymore.
Mm-mm.
Okay. Yeah, okay. I'm just going to swing at it then. That's going to be a 21 to hit.
21 hits.
All right. Sneak attack damage, yeah?
Yes.
All right. I believe that is... Yes, that is 20 damage.
That reduces this specter into ectoplasm.
Sweet.
Roll to see if you get slimed. No, I'm kidding.
And then I'm going to fire 1 bolt of Eldritch Blast at each of the remaining 2 ghosts.
Hold up. Roll with disadvantage because they're both in melee range.
Yes. Okay. That is a 14.
14 will hit the first.
Okay. And a 11 on the second.
11 will miss.
Okay. So that's 3 force damage.
3 force damage.
And that's it for me.
Okay. That brings us up to Hagrid.
All right. Now that I know what it is we're dealing with, I will cast Turn/Destroy Undead at the remaining 2 specters.
Okay. Let's see here. Natural 8, which is a failed save. Natural 9, which would be a failed save. So on this one, you sit there and you hold your holy symbol up, and I suppose you say something cool, I don't know, come up with something cool for your cleric to say. Do you have a minute to talk about my Lord and Savior Themisauros? At this point, they sit there and they look towards themselves, and they look back at you, and it goes like, "I'm sorry, we're very happy with our ghostly religion," and they just turn around and walk through the walls. You have literally turned the undead. In reality, you destroyed them, but. But oh my God, you guys, you solved my ghost puzzle.
Hagrid is like A1 MVP when it comes to killing dead things.
It's almost like having a cleric in a undead themed module is super A1.
Yeah, it's like the greatest play ever.
Mm-hmm.
All right. Shall we move on? What's this middle? I don't remember if we checked this one or not last time.
You have not.
We went up there.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
As you open the secret door on that one, which I had described last session, if I didn't, we cut that out. Our editor is very, very bad at the job. But that is a staircase leading up into the second floor.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
All right.
To a room that you have yet to explore.
Oh. Okay. Before we go up, what's in the other room that Laven is near?
That one. Once again, Laven has found a door that has no lock to it, but he cannot open. On top of the door, you see a inscription here. I'm trying to think of the language this would be on. And does anybody here read Celestial?
No, but I understand it.
I'm
No,
sorry, what?
No, I do not.
Okay. You see some writing up on there, and then Lucian, you actually notice this. There's a thief's can't sign for money and treasure right on the side of that door.
Ooh.
Mm-hmm.
Is there something wrong with me that I forgot how to open doors, guys?
At this point, Esmeralda goes, "Did you try to see if it was a pull door instead of a push?
I try that.
Did you turn it off and back on again?"
Yeah, go ahead.
I was just Crispin to kind of bring you up to date on this. So every locked door that we found last session was a door that Laven looked at.
Like 4 of them.
Yeah, like I would look at a door, it would be I could open it. He would look at the door, and it would be magically locked.
So he just needs to stop looking at doors then.
Pretty much.
Apparently. Maybe that's the problem.
Maybe.
Are you working for Strahd? Locking these fucking doors on us.
Yeah, at this point, Esmeralda says, "Actually, there's something I want to try," and she opens up her spell book and she says an incantation, and this little wispy hand comes up, and it comes down into and just knocks on the door like, and nothing happens. She's like, "Damn it!"
Was that Mage Hand?
It was.
Oh, okay.
I thought it would have worked.
I thought you were like casting a knock spell after we asked about knock last time.
Yeah.
I was like, what the fuck?
Yeah, I mean, it's one of those where it couldn't hurt. I would like to see what would have happened.
Can I take a look at the door? Is there like any place where we can like put money or something to get it to open? Since Laven saw the sign for money.
It marks it as like a treasure room. Is what it was.
I forgot D&D is a pay-to-win game. So if you put it down, I'll give you a loot box that will give you everything you need to complete this easy peasy.
Nice.
What if we break down the wall?
Have you ever tried breaking down Amber before?
Nope.
Nope, but he does have a hammer.
I do have a hammer.
Yeah, go ahead and knock with that. See what happens.
Actually, if we could stab a sword into the amber, I could heat metal and we could maybe melt it.
Like, are you trying to talk about using the lightsabers to cut down a blast door from the...
Essentially.
I also have a flaming longsword.
I like this idea. Go ahead and try it. At this point, what I'd sit there is the hinges of these doors are easy enough to see. And I imagine that, first off, does anybody here have an intelligence lower than 10?
Yes.
What's your intelligence?
It is an 8.
It is an 8. I'm going to have you roll an intelligence check to see if you understand how doors are engineered.
That is an 11 minus 110.
Yeah, you can see the hinges and recognize that this is the structural weak point of the door. If there's some point that you're able to open up, that's the point.
Okay. I guess I'll cast heat metal on the hinges and then hope someone smashes them.
Okay. So there's 2 hinges, one high and one low on the door here. It's not like a bank vault where it's just one dead in the center. Based off of this, how many targets are you able to heat up casting? Is it 1 and the damage increases per spell level?
Yes.
So you can pick one of the 2 with a single spell slot.
Okay. I feel like how high up is the top one? Is it out of reach for someone to smash?
Not for Goliath.
Okay, then I will target the top one because I feel like that would make it.
Yeah, so this one's about 7 feet up in the air. As you do that, I'm going to have you roll damage on here, and that's just going to sit there and based off of trying to sit there and see the metal fatigue here.
Right on, and that base it's 2d8, which is 10.
Good to know. All right, it just comes in. You sit there and see this hinge, which is the like made out of really solid iron on here. It becomes piping hot and begins to steam, and you can just sit there and see the amount of smoke, or water vapor that is coming around the air around it. And it is as if it was just pulled out of the blacksmith's forge right now.
Haggard, quick, strike while the iron's hot.
All right, I come over, I switch to my hand axe, and kind of shielding my face from any debris flying, I take a whack at the piping hot hinge.
Okay, go ahead and roll to attack.
22?
22 will hit a stationary inanimate object. Go ahead and roll damage and double the total value because of the heat metal.
Stationary, inanimate, and don't forget, unarmored.
Yes, well, I let him attack as if he had the siege ability because the specific area was primed to be struck.
Right.
24.
24. As this happens, and your hand axe goes, you make sure to hit it with the blunt side, and you hear, and as you look, it looks very, very deformed. It's still attached, but if you had a couple more strikes at it, you might be able to just knock the hinge completely into shambles.
All right, so I hit it again.
All right. Same process.
That is an 11.
An 11 still will hit an unarmored, unmoving, inanimate object.
And 22 this time.
22. This one just... As you see this massive, like, almost 2 feet tall hinge just get absolutely, like, rend asunder. The heat metal did exactly what you thought it would, is make the metal malleable enough where you can sit there and separate it. One of the locks is now, one of the hinges is now removed.
Okay. Well, I mean, I could use another spell slot and repeat the process, or Haggard, do you want to just link arms and Red Rover the shit out of this door?
I could simply try to smash the other hinge first.
I mean, I guess that's fun too.
All right, so I eye up the other hinge, even though it's not been heated up. Give it my best college try.
Okay. This one rolled to hit.
25.
25 will hit. Roll damage.
18.
Did you double it, or is that the natural?
That's doubled.
That's doubled. So this one wasn't primed, so I'm not giving you the siege ability, so it'll be 9 damage on there. And you have a very nice-looking chunk there, but heating that hinge up appears to be doing a lot to help out your smashing.
All right, well, I can either keep going at it, or we can try to just full rush the, like you suggested.
I feel like the hit points might be more useful than a level 2 spell slot, so I'll just hit the metal again on the other one. If we don't knock down that door, I have a feeling it's going to be hurting our shoulders a bit.
All right. At this point, I'm willing to hand wave through this. You sit there, you cast heat metal. Given the fact there's nothing currently after you, you guys can spend enough time to knock off the second handle. And at this point, Lucian and Crispin, I'd like you to make dexterity saving throws.
Lucian or Laban?
Lucian.
I'm going to...
Laban.
Oh, okay.
Stupid L names.
Yeah, we should have planned that out better.
14.
Dexterity... 22.
Oh, it's save?
Yeah.
Then I get +3, so 17.
Okay. And 22. You guys sit there and recognize in just the right second that for the hinges to be exposed on here, it had to be a pull door. And when you knocked the hinges off, the door would have had to fall towards you guys. As you sit there and go, oh shit, and backtrack as fast as you can, the door sits there and falls down right at your feet.
Domino, motherfucker.
So it was a pull after all.
It was a... But he knows that Arcane Lock only works on pull doors.
What do we see?
I'm sorry,
That settles.
This said, because you guys sat there, it's like, oh, how could you just say "fuck you" to magic?
Well, I guess we could just dispel these locks.
Mm-hmm.
That probably would have worked just as well.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, you live and you learn.
You see piles of treasure are heaped against the west and east walls of this stone room. At this point, you see they're in 6 piles here. Along the left side, based off of this, the one closest to you, bottom left, you see a giant mound of copper pieces. And within that is a couple of gemstones, some rusted armor and shields, and then a child-sized sarcophagus made with black wood inlaid with gold. In the pile just north of it, you find a giant pile of silver pieces, and a gilded chariot, and then a silvered rapier with a pink glass hilt.
Dibs.
Dibs on the baby coffin.
That top pile on the left side, you see a giant mound of electrum, 75 empty bottles.
Are we sure they're empty?
Some fine dresses and gowns,
Dibs.
jewelry, and ceramic statues of saints. Now, as we sit there and work on the right side, the bottom one has a pile of iron ingots, 30 holy symbols from gods of various worlds, a set of copper chalices and silver filigree, a gilded skull with red garnets in its eye sockets, and a bunch of war hammers and war picks. One up of that, you see another giant mound of silver pieces, about a handful of crystal balls, a bronze crown, a life-size wooden pony, 6 marble vases. And the last pile, top right, you see a giant pile of gold. You see 15 iron pots filled with copper pieces, an obsidian scepter with a gold filigree, some rusted helms, and then some leather-bound books.
Do they smell of rich mahogany?
They smell of must. Very musty.
Is the horse hollowed out?
Yeah, roll for grease.
Can we turn it into a Tony Pomar Trojan horse?
I was thinking the child sarcophagus for that one.
Yeah, it looks roughly the right size for that.
Is all of this real?
Roll investigation.
Let's see, what's that? I think that's +7. Yeah. So that's a 16.
16. Everything here appears to be physical in nature.
I don't like the sound of that.
You're actually touching it.
I want to pick up the super cool rapier.
As you do that, roll a D100 for cool.
51.
51. It is of average coolness. Like, it's not uncool by any means, but you sit there and go through it and it goes like, man, this is so cool. The only way it'd be cooler is if it wasn't pink glass, because I've got this whole sort of emo elf aesthetic, and pink's kind of killing that. But as soon as you pick up that silvered rapier, the invisibility spell on an amber golem fades as it steps off the wall and comes on down.
Oh?
This is your fault, Lucian.
I'm not. What? The inscription didn't say anything about a guard.
Ba, 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 ba. And more golems, cause you guys picked up shit.
That's a big one.
Yep.
Maybe I should leave this room.
Actually, the room is kind of sized wrong in order to make sure it fit on the map. So allow me to make a room to act as the battle place here. So there we go. So this is like when when you look at maps and you're like, oh man, I wish I knew all the Virgin Islands, but I can't see them on this tiny map. All right. Place yourselves where you should intend to be. That's a pile of treasure. Oh man, even more treasure. We're fucking swimming in it. It's like the episode of DuckTales.
Woohoo.
No hesitation at all.
Oh my god. It's like watching Scrooge McDuck swimming in a pile of treasure.
Yeah, I want to know how much money we're gonna have after this.
I want to know how you guys are going to carry it.
Bag of holding.
There's no way you're going to be able to get all of this in a bag of holding.
Well, we're definitely taking the Electrum.
We'll just walk real slow.
Okay, Skyrim.
What if we just convince this golem to be our friend and carry it all?
Now there's an idea.
Does anyone have the friend spell?
I can charm him.
Yeah, I can charm person, but I don't think he's a person.
No.
That's racist.
I can animate objects,
Oh dear fucking lord.
but I don't think that'll work.
What do golems like?
Protecting what they're told to protect. That's what they like.
What golems dream of when they take a little golem snooze. All right, at this point, guys, let's roll an initiative.
Mine was bad. Very bad.
Mine was not good.
Okay.
Much better.
25 to 20.
21.
I forgot that you had two teammates on here. 15 to 20.
18.
All right, last two guys, what'd you have?
10.
9.
Well, you guys still beat out your NPCs. However, the golem with a natural 20 and a +2 modifier goes first. At this point, he's going to come in, and you just hear him lurching, and all the loose coins that you see begin to like just rise and fall with each step that the golem's taking. And coming down like that, he's going to make one strike at Leovan and another strike at Hagrid. So Leovan, that is a adjusted 20 to hit.
That'll hit.
That'll be 13 slashing damage as he sits there and just swipes at you with an amber claw. And Hagrid, that will be a 14. So that like sits there as you see it coming, and you're able to just parry it away with your with one of your gauntlets, because that's what fucking sick clerics do. And that brings us up to Hagrid to do Hagrid things.
All right, I want to back up slightly.
Okay, as it sits there and gets an attack of opportunity on you. And that's a 2, so that misses. As it sits there and sends a punch at you, you catch it with your hand because that's what fucking sick Goliath clerics do. And you use that in order to help you push yourself back.
All right. I then cast Sacred Flame at the golem.
Okay. So that's a save on my part. It's a wisdom save?
Dexterity save.
It doesn't matter if it's either of those. That becomes an 11, which fails on Benton.
Yes.
Mm-hmm.
He takes 11 radiant damage.
11 radiant damage. Okay. As this one comes down, it looks like it actually stung a bit. There we go.
All right. Then I want to move back at him and attempt to melee him.
Okay.
13.
13. As it sits there, it didn't hit on this one. The golem sat there, saw your axe coming, and just grabs your hand by the wrist in order to stop the attack and just throws it to the side. At this point, Crispin's up.
All right. I am going to cast Gaius and ask him to just say, "Hey, buddy, why are you fighting us? Stop this and just grab as much gold as you can and just follow us around." And I just had to make a Wisdom DC 16. If he fails, he either has to do what I say or take 5d10 psychic damage for disobeying.
All right. That's a 13.
No, he has to pass 16, so that was a fail. So now he's got the choice to...
Let me read this. Does magical command force him to carry out... Okay. You sit there and you complete the spell.
No, all right. Is he going to try to resist it?
He failed the save on here.
Yep. So he either has to pick up the gold and start following us around, or he can try to resist it and take 5d10 psychic damage per day he resists.
Because he's actually immune to Charmed,
Oh.
the option happens, which is we keep on fighting.
Oh. Okay. Okay.
Hidden option 3.
Okay. I see how it is. Well, then I will use my bonus action to mock him and say, "You couldn't carry much. Amber's a girl's name anyway."
19 on the saving throw.
And he succeeds that too. Apparently my antiquated insults don't work.
At this point, it looks at you and then just shows its chest, and you realize that this is girl golem, apparently, because now we need genders for golems.
Did you just assume it's gender?
I did. My perception's really low, though, so...
Yeah, the only thing
That's
lower
a lot.
score right now, apparently. All right. That brings us to Leovan.
All right. What can I even do to this guy?
I can't attack... Yeah, I can't convince somebody's brain if they never had a brain to start off with.
Fair enough. So, Crispin's immune too, then, right?
You've at least got advantage on saving throws.
If I ever try to cast mine and just sit there, it's like, I feel smarter.
You feel empowered.
All right, I'm going to Hunter's Mark him,
Okay.
and then flaming longsword.
Okay.
17 to hit.
17 hits.
8 slashing, 1 fire, and 6. I do roll a d6 for that. Yeah, 6 from the hunter's mark.
So that's 15 total?
I can't math.
I'm going to say yes because I was tracking that the entire time. I was just seeing if you're being honest with me.
Oh.
Yeah, so on this one, you're so lucky you use your magic weapon because you sit there and you feel the initial resistance. And the flame, like as soon as the flame powers up on the sword, it then begins to cut through the golem. Yeah, so the attack connected. It did things.
Cool.
Mm-hmm.
Hitting him again. 9 is 15 to hit.
15 just barely hits.
This will be 7 slashing, 4 fire, plus 3.
Okay.
10 slashing and 4 fire.
Sweet deal. On this one, we bring up Lucian.
All right. I will start off by pointing my sword at him and firing my, at this point, trademarked special beam cannon style Eldritch Blast. Jesus. That's a 9 and a 12. No, 11.
Both miss.
Yikes. Okay.
When you sit there and say special beam cannon is what makes it special how terrible it is.
Apparently. So then I want to kind of run along the back here to get behind the golem.
Okay.
And take a swing with BAO.
All right.
Do I have advantage from flanking?
You do.
Okay. 26 to hit.
26.
All right. Ooh, a 6 finally. That's going to be 30 damage.
Okay. At this point, when you sit there and you found a weak point in the construction of the golem, as you begin to see its joints begin to slacken a little bit, it looks like it is on its last legs.
Sweet.
On this point, Nephiron, let's see what spells he wants to do. Ooh, he can cast Detect Thoughts and waste another spell. No. Well, he's gonna sit there and do some baller ass shit. Apparently, he's just gonna come up and just walking through all this money here, and he's gonna make an attack as he just swipes with his fox claws, and that ends up doing damage. And I'm not even going to worry about the save because, once again, golems can't be poisoned. But that is enough in order to end that golem. As he begins to slash through. And it looked like just a regular slash and attack and shouldn't have done anything. But it appears that he has magic hands as they begin to glow, as the punch just goes through. And the golem just falls apart piece by piece. And you hear, like the Final Fantasy I Just Want a Battle music going on in your heads.
Nice.
And the screen goes blue or gray, depending on which Final Fantasy you're playing, as for some reason experience racks up and you guys get AP. and it goes back to the story.
Yeah, but she got last kill, so she stole the extra.
Ah, I see. You play Final Fantasy VIII as well.
Best one.
Mm-hmm. All right, so now you're in this room full of treasure. Full of treasure and a destroyed golem.
I am so tempted to heat metal right now.
Esmeralda just pipes up, like, excuse me, why?
Oh, did I say that out loud?
Yes.
Shit.
Yeah, you said, I'm so tempted to eat metal right now.
No. I said I'm so tempted to beat metal right now. I play drums in the spare time. I'm a bard.
Deception check with advantage, because you are a bard.
With advantage, that is a 27.
She just kind of looks at you and goes, all right. As you were.
And then I let out an audible sigh and wipe my forehead, giving away my bluff.
Jay, you said that there was a copper skull with garnet eyes.
There was a gilded skull with red garnets in its eye sockets.
Right. I would like to snag that, because that's probably going to be worth some money.
Okay. That will be about 5 pounds in your inventory.
Okay.
And then let me sit there and give you the value of that through Whisper.
Oh, okay.
This is a bad idea, but I would like to use Mage Hand to open that baby sarcophagus, or that child sarcophagus.
Okay. God, this could make me seem like, why would you make me do this?
Yeah, why?
Because I think
just-
it's a violin case or something.
I put my hand over the case to stop him from opening it.
Okay, first off, contested roll. So, perception check, lay of in, sleight of hand. For
That is a 9 plus 1, 10.
Perception is 22.
Oh, jeez.
Yeah, you see it. So the mage hand still appears, but you are allowed a quick reaction. So what would you like to do to stop the opening of this sarcophagus?
I just want to slam my hand on it.
And Crispin says, "Hey, I saw that loot first.
You don't want to
Besides,
open
you
it.
don't even play."
Play?
Yeah?
Do you know what this is?
It's the fanciest loot case I've ever seen.
Yeah, it's not for
Did
that.
you just call that a loot crate?
Different kind of
Loot
loot.
case.
Fuck loot.
Lute.
All right, as that's going on, and they're sitting there and trying to determine if this is something you bury a child in or a killing case. What's the rest of the party doing?
I'm just like searching through the piles for things that look useful or more, like more valuable in nature. Like the gilded skull. You said there was something about a scepter, right?
There was a obsidian scepter with a gold filigree,
Ooh.
and that one is worth that much.
Oh wow.
I think while we're just chilling in here, I'm gonna start preparing detect magic.
Do I get to know what my rapier is worth, or can I tell how much my rapier is worth? Or if it's actually useful?
It's useful. Here we go. Let's go with this right here. if I sit there and write commands correctly.
Did anyone else hear anything cool? Or
I if I have 10 minutes, I'd like to detect magic just to see if there's anything else just floating around in the room we haven't seen. That kind of glows to me.
Yeah, as you do that, anything that would be magical typically shows up to you with just like a little highlighted glow around it. You don't. The only thing that you see here is the holy symbols. Based off of the magic here, it's not necessarily anything that has any magical power, but just because it's been blessed and it has a divine connection.
Okay.
Yeah, but everything here appears mundane.
Nothing coming out of that sarcophagus.
No.
Okay. Well, let's look around to see if was there only that one door in this room?
No, there's another door. Or hold up. In the north portion of the room, so where you guys are currently at, it's this right here. You see a fissure, and that the earth apparently has split, creating this natural opening that is about 3 feet wide, 8 feet high, and 10 feet deep.
Are there any gems in this room?
Oh yeah, there's lots of gems. Hagrid, you're able to find 30 of such gems.
Wow.
And each individual gem has, oh come on, a value of this. So that's the price of one of those gems.
Okay. Can I fit all 30 of them in my...
Easily. Yeah, this one will come out to be about 4 pounds.
Okay.
Esmeralda comes up towards the leather-bound tomes and just starts flipping through them. Kind of chuckles to herself a little bit.
Is it smut?
No. It's a child's tale. It's a Nitch Rackmay. Have you ever heard of him?
You got to do a space bit after the slash, Crispin.
Thank you.
Mm-hmm.
There. Nope.
It's backslash first.
yeah.
Okay.
Mm-hmm.
I want to look over at the
There it is.
symbols too, Jay, and see if anything strikes my eye. Anything that
I'm sorry, I wasn't able to hear that.
the holy symbols. So I want to wander over and check those out too. See if I see anything that I might want to.
Yeah, as you look through these, based off of just your knowledge of the multiverse here, it looks as if there's not anything that's similar to your deity. Even in your own world, your deity Themisthoros is not really widely, doesn't have a very wide following on that one. It's one that's gaining prominence, however, still minor in terms of the world. You see things where there's like statuettes to Bahamut. There's ones to the Dawnfather, which in your world, the Prime Materia, the homebrew world, was believed to be one of the creators of the planet. There's ones for Ayun, the Knowing Mistress, which is the god of being like arcane knowledge and like the sciences and research and that. But they look like, as you sit there and begin to think about this all, and the fact that all these things are around here, you get the idea that this is where the riches and the belongings of adventurers that oppose Strahd and fallen in the process have their final belongings set into.
Okay. So we know everything in here doesn't work.
So I don't know how much weight, like how much space Tony has left in his bag of holding, but I think it would be a good idea to load as much gold as we could into it.
So I would imagine that you guys have about I can safely imagine you guys have about 300 pounds available in the bag of holding.
I think so, yeah.
And we can hand wave the part where you go back up and grab the bag of holding from Tony Pobar.
Okay.
So you guys are back, and whoever went and grabbed it was like, whew, man, that was an adventure. Oh, it's always great talking to my gnome friend. Oh, by the way, his gun's still broken as fuck.
All right. I mean, I want to leave some space in the bag still, so I don't know how much is like 200 pounds of gold worth. Like, how many gold pieces would that be?
Hold on one second. I can actually read the pieces. Weight. So according to D&D Beyond, that's dndbeyond.com.
D&D.
Gold pieces weigh up a third of a standard ounce, 9 gram each, which means 50 gold pieces are a pound. And here's my new puzzle. How are you guys going to play Tetris with a bag of holding to take as much as you can?
How do I roll for Tetris?
Hold on one second. I got multiple things going on at once.
How much gold do we really need?
All?
Okay.
Yeah, you don't really have too much.
I mean, if there is enough gold here to be 200 pounds worth of gold, that's 10,000 gold.
So we can at least find cool people to give it to.
Right, or at the very least, we can buy some pretty badass shit when we get back to Acre.
That too.
As you sit there and search through all the gold here, it looks like it's gone through a remelting process. Because it's like, you know very well that this is gold and electrum that's not natural to Barovia. Because you've never actually seen a gold mine or any mine whatsoever here. But Strahd's face has been imprinted quite shittily, might I add, onto each and every coin.
So did these coins not have value outside of Barovia?
I mean, the gold standard is the gold standard. It'll still have value.
We can melt it down if nothing else.
And then stamp our faces on it.
I mean, that sounds
let's do
super
that.
appealing to me.
I am definitely doing that. How did we not think of this before?
I don't know.
When you guys get to level 20 and all the money has your faces on it, it's like, yeah, so how much is this? Oh, it's, 25 Lucians.
Yeah, no, it's like when we hit level 20, that's what they're going to be spending in Acre. It's going to be like in Game of Thrones, when they're gold dragons, they're gold Lucians.
Well, pack on the gold and then
Yeah, because I mean,
check out the chasm.
Yep, I think that sounds good.
Can everyone fit through comfortably, or do we need to find a way to widen it?
Everyone should be able to fit through just moving slowly. And then for those of you who are trying to pack up the coins, the golden coins, as soon as you pick it up, something seems off. and I want you to roll investigation to determine what's off.
21.
Yeah, most gold coins are made out of gold. These ones are made, like the gold coins themselves are made out of wood.
Oh,
You turn around and you look towards all the other coins, and they're actually made of what you sit there and expect it to be. The silver's still silver, the electrum's still electrum, the copper's still copper.
okay, so it's just the gold that was fucked?
Yeah. Yep, the gold was fucked.
Okay, well then, let's grab the electrum then, I guess.
All right, so now I get to do math on how much electrum weighs. So the 6,600 divided by 50, that comes up to be 132 pounds just for the electrum.
Okay.
You said there was silver too, right?
Yeah.
We should grab a bunch of silver for Tony to do some tinkering with later on.
Oh, yeah. Mm-hmm.
There's a total of 21,000 silver divided by 50.
So we can have him make us some nice silver weapons and then get those blessed.
And then that's 420 pounds.
How much was that, you said?
For all 21,000 silver, it comes out to be 420 pounds.
How much room we have left then?
So you guys spent whatever 6,600 divided by 50 is. You've already spent 132 pounds of your 300 available. Because this is just a conservative estimate because I don't know what's in the bag of holding right now.
I don't think that there's much. I think 300 pounds is probably a good estimate of how much space there is in there. Mm-hmm. How many pounds was the silver again? I'm sorry.
420.
420.
So if you had 300 minus 132. That's 168 pounds remaining.
Yeah.
Which is the equivalent of 8,400 silver you can take.
Yeah, I know the electrum's worth more, but the silver is probably more useful for us since we got Tony.
I mean, 8,400 silver is a ridiculous amount of silver.
Yeah, okay,
so we can make a bunch of bolts and stuff.
Yeah.
That's enough to ruin a small town's economy.
How much?
Nice.
How much is? How many electrum pieces is it? The 132 pounds.
132 times 50, or will be 6,600 electrum.
Wow. Okay. Awesome.
And what would taxes be on this?
This is going to cause windfall income, so the taxes, you're going to have to fight Strahd eventually. And if you win, winners keeps.
Well, I can't wait to fight Strahd. Every round is a vicious mockery on his poetry.
You said that. So then there was 64 pounds of silver would be 8,400.
164 pounds of silver will be 8,400. Or 168 pounds.
Oh, okay. I think I want to take 68 pounds, so that way we still have 100 pounds left in the bag of holding.
Okay, so that will end up taking, I want to say 5,000 off of that, so let me just do the math again.
It's 3,400.
3,400, yep.
Okay, that's still a lot of silver.
Does anybody know anything about amber? Like, is it worth taking a chunk off this dude? Does that have any properties that we could use?
For reanimating dinosaurs?
That's exactly a joke I was going to make. Take inspiration. Crispin, roll a intelligence check.
That'd be a 9.
A 9.
Intelligence.
You have never seen anything built with amber for like structural necessity. Most of the time, it's either been because there's something you wanted stored and people can't touch, or because it just looks weird. In fact, this entire building with how much amber is inlaid everywhere just looks like gaudy to the next level. Like this is, if you wanted to know what Donald Trump's bathroom looks like, this is what Donald Trump's bathroom looks like.
Very nice. Well, let's see. What do I got? Nope, I think I'm good with this room. Anybody else? There's those armor and hammers if anyone needed a weapon.
I thought the armor was all rusted.
Oh, okay.
Weapons were still good.
What'd you say, Jay?
The weapons, the warhammers and the war picks are still good.
Yeah.
I figure they can't be that good if this is where they're putting everyone who failed against Strahd.
I mean, it's not always the weapon's fault.
Yes, it's not my bard.
Hey.
Don't worry. In Horde of the Dragon Queen, I was the bard, and I took the shit as well.
Hagrid, you should grab one. You should take one of those warhammers. That way you have that. Since your sword got damaged by that amber maw.
Sure, if I have room for it, I'll grab one of those.
Oh, you certainly do. Yeah.
Swords.
Yeah, it is the equivalent of a +1 warhammer.
Nice.
The equivalent of, or it is the +1 warhammer.
The identity property of the +1 warhammer is me having a poor choice of words. It is a +1 warhammer.
Okay.
Do I see any munition laying around, like silver bolts or anything? Or just any type of bolts, really?
You do not.
Okay.
Yeah, it seems like Tony Pobar, being the first individual with firearms that you've ever seen, is also the first individual with firearms that the world has ever seen.
Okay.
He is a gnome ahead of his time. All right. Well, shall we through the fissure?
Yeah.
All right. As you get through, it takes you a good little bit, maybe the equivalent of 5 minutes to get everybody through. You see a golden marble staircase with a black marble railing hung in the north wall as it spirals gently up a 30-foot wide shaft. Lying in the middle of the room are 6 rotting wooden crates. Crates, not crepes, I'm sorry.
Oh, I got my hopes up.
Rotting wooden pancakes, really tiny pancakes. The amber-covered walls are sculpted to look like tentacles that entwine around black marble bas reliefs of kings, queens, pharaohs, and sultans, attended by a myriad of slaves. The west, south, and east walls contain alcoves, and standing in each alcove is a tall, rough block of amber. Two wide cracks have opened up in the south wall, spilling rubble and shattered pieces of amber onto the floor in the southeast corner of the room. As you sit here, you find 6 bodies that appear to be former adventurers littering the room.
Can I tell what killed them?
Yeah.
From this one, it looks like there's claw marks. There's a couple of bite wounds, stabs and bludgeoning wounds. You have a hard time figuring what one individual force did this, but it looks like they were just beaten to shit.
Can we tell how recent?
Because I haven't thought about this. Roll a D100.
All right.
Is one of them Tyrannus?
No.
29.
That was about 29 years ago.
I want to go check out one of those the rotted boxes.
As you do that, I need to make a new map. So roll stealth for me.
Uh-oh. Hey, that actually might have worked out. That's a 17, whatever my adjustment is. Plus 1, 18.
Hold on one second. Because you guys find Matt Mercer.
Really?
Yeah. He sits there and he comes in and goes like, "Congratulations, guys! You found this room. How do you want to do this?"
I want to open my eyes and look around the room.
You do that. You find a room.
Woohoo!
Can we check these dead guys' pockets?
Nah, hold up. We're hitting pause in the game for just a second.
Sorry.
Should be.
You're good. Dead adventurers doing dead adventure things.
I like lying very still.
Lying very still, slowly decomposing, dead adventurer things. All right, you guys are here on the page, yes?
Yep.
Mm-hmm. All right, so getting back into the game, as Crispin sits there and checks out one of the sort of rotting boxes, you hear a number of sounds. It goes as vampire spawn kind of explode up out of the chests of these adventurers.
What?
Yeah. This is weird. This is really fucking weird shit.
It's like Alien.
Yeah.
Are they like?
Were these adventurers like carrying armor and weapons?
Yep.
Okay, cool. And they just jumped out of their chests. They're not like. I'm confused.
The alien spawned out of them.
Okay, they bursted through the chest.
It's seen from the surgical center in Aliens is that the aliens set
Yes.
vampires literally just thrust out of the chest of these dead adventurers. To sit and reading to the book on here. Are 6 vampire spawn created by Strahd from the dead party adventurers. As soon as they hear intruders in the room, the vampire spawn burst out and attack, fighting until destroyed. So roll initiative.
So anyway,
Guys.
roll initiative
We just need to build a house.
so that they can't come in.
Yes.
Liam's tiny hut.
I just want to let you know I rolled 2 natural ones and a natural 3 when it came to initiative.
Nice.
Ooh.
So I'm just going to write all of my stuff at the bottom of the list. 25 to 20.
21.
Okay. 15 to 20.
17.
19.
Laven.
8.
What a bitch initiative, Laven.
We start
I
with
was startled.
Start off with me.
Yep.
All right.
I'm sorry. There's somebody growing for 29 years inside the chest of another person. Like imagine somebody died and then I just popped out.
All right. I'm gonna run up.
That's 2.
I'm gonna run the fuck up, and I'm going to attack that vampire. I have advantage because of assassinate. Since it hasn't taken an action yet. Uh, actually, before I attack him, I'm going to.
Cry.
Yes, I'm gonna cry. I'm gonna cry while running up. I'm going to use my bonus action to cast Wrathful Smite.
Okay.
Um,
Hold on one sec. That's going through no matter what. I just need to read the spell.
so it's a DC 16 Wisdom saving throw. Next time I hit with a melee weapon attack, it deals an extra 1d6 psychic damage. Additionally, if it fails a saving throw, it's frightened of me until the spell ends. And it lasts for a minute.
Okay. That DC check was just, you said it weird.
Sorry.
So like, yeah, any other smite, it just sits there, and for the next minute you add the damage for the hit, and then for every hit that you actually have, I have to make the wisdom check. Or the wisdom saving throw. Yeah. I'm there with you now.
Okay. All right. So then I'm going to attack.
Okay.
That's a 27 to hit.
27 hits.
All right. Let me grab another d6 here. So I'm rolling 7d6 right now. All right. All right. So that is 30 damage total.
30 damage total. And then how's it broken down?
It's 2 psychic damage from the Wrathful Smite, and then 3 slashing damage from BAO.
Okay.
And then
That's what I wanted to figure out. Thank you.
Yep.
All right. So that connects 30 damage. This one, you find it right in its vampiric throat, and vampiric doesn't like that.
And then I'm going to use the rest of my movement to back up.
All right. That will bring us to Hagrid.
Right. I think I would like to move there. And once again, cast, I guess is the right word for it, turn undead.
Yeah, so you're invoking the right on this one. So that's 6 saving throws. That didn't roll at all. So here comes natural 20, natural 10, natural 14, natural 13, natural 16, and last one, natural 17.
So 3 of them made it.
So what happens on failure versus make on this?
Good question.
Because if it failed and it was under challenge rating 1, it's instantly destroyed. What happens on failure above challenge rating? What happens on success above challenge rating?
I shall help us find that.
I guess nothing happens to it then.
All right.
Looks like it, yeah.
Yeah. So as you sit there and you send holy energy through the weapon in your hand, whether that's the hand axe or the warhammer, and you slam it down, invoke, you see these vampiric spawn just kind of look at you and just give you a little side eye and go, Strahd knew you'd do that. And act. Your action.
So nothing happened to even the 3 that didn't save?
So what happens when it fails above the challenge rating? That's part of the question I asked.
Oh, they're turned. They're afraid for.
Right, the ones that didn't make the saving throw are, if they're less than 1, I think. Where's my chart?
So yeah, if they're above the CR and they did not pass the saving throw, then they are turned, which means they're afraid of Hagrid.
Okay. That's what I wanted to know.
Right.
All right, so those 3 are turned for right now. 3 in front, however, laughing, giving you side eye.
Okay. Then using the rest of my movement, I want to attack that vampire there.
Okay.
I'll give the Warhammer a try.
Okay.
So that is a 22 to hit.
Oh, that 22 hits so hard.
That's 9 bludgeoning and 5 radiant for my divine strike.
9 bludgeoning and 5 radiant.
Yep.
Okay. All right. Anything else?
No.
Crispin.
Alrighty. Assuming that they are all medium-sized, I am going to cast Animate Objects on the 5 corpses, excluding this guy.
Yeah, they'll be medium.
Alright, so I'll animate 5 of them.
Using animate objects?
Yep. And then for my bonus action, I will give them all the same command of attack the vampire in front of you. So assuming that works, they each do 7 damage.
Hold up.
Are you
There's
necromancer?
the language part here that I need to check.
Sorry. Okay.
This might be underneath animate dead instead of animate objects.
Okay.
So I see what you're doing there, and the words don't specifically say you can't do it, but they don't specifically say you can. So I'm looking at animate dead to see if there's something there.
So then they would just take over the same properties as an object. So the Constitution of 10, the AC of 13, HP of 40.
Mm-hmm.
Whatever. Oh, I didn't even...
So what I'd say here is you can't use the corpses.
Yep.
Due to the fact that what you're doing is a transmutation spell instead of necromancy.
Okay.
But there are 6 wooden crates where that spell can be used, and they would take on the small properties.
Take on the small property. Let's see.
Mhm.
That's worth it.
So now I have to find a token for boxes.
Okay, if it lacks legs, then it can hover. Okay. Then yeah, I will animate 5 of those boxes. Or actually, I can do all 6 if they're small. So yeah, I'll animate all 6.
Yeah. There we go. Give me a good-looking box. Here's a good-looking box. Oh my god, this is a war box.
War box.
I am a war box. Da-na-na-na-na-na. War box. And now to sit there and give you control of all of these, because I'm not controlling them.
Alright, and let's see. Next
All right, so we'll just have these go on the same initiative stack as you do.
Yep. All right, and then for my bonus action, I will issue the command of engaging with a vampire.
Okay.
So I will move, hover into there, hover into there, hover there. Where's that? That's 15. Yeah, that's 30. He's got 30 feet, so I don't.
What number would you like that box moved to?
I'll have that box go there.
Okay.
And this one go there, and that one go there.
Opportunity. No, it has it like it's surprised by the box. There is no reaction on that one.
I too would be surprised by a box.
Yes. Oh my God, boxes are fighting me.
And then these last two engage with the two unoccupied, and that'll be my turn.
Okay. Did you just have trouble moving those?
It's not letting me select them.
Well, let me see what the problem is. Oh, because if I don't hit save changes, then it won't save the changes.
Ah, nice.
How strange.
Yeah.
I think that's. And then for reference, they have a AC of 18 with 20 HP.
An AC of 18 with 20 HP.
Yep, and I can keep track of those as I hit them.
They have an HP of, they have 25 HP.
Oh, with an AC of 16, they're small. Yeah, sorry.
Yes.
I was thinking tiny.
You're tiny. Yep. All right, there we go. End of that turn?
Yep.
Yep. We're going to Laven next.
All right. I'm gonna hunter's mark this guy,
Okay.
and then fire one of the arrows that lights on fire.
Okay.
And I think I missed him. That's a 12 to hit.
A 12 will miss. This one, you sat there and it's not so much that you missed him, it's just you hit one of the heavily armored areas and it just deflected off.
All right. I'm going to try that again. And did slightly better. 15 to hit.
15 just barely hits. This one finds that same piece of the armor and gets just underneath the joint in the armor.
Cool.
Mm-hmm.
And that'll be 11 piercing and 4 fire.
Okay.
Oh, and 2 more because of the hunter's mark.
Okay, so that goes up to there. Cool.
And that is it.
Sweet deal. That brings us to Esmeralda. To which Esmeralda's going to need to look at her spellbook to see what she can even do. I think it's kind of ridiculous. I haven't leveled her up at all. I think I'm going to have to change that. Hey, do you want someone who gets, like, gradually get less useful over time?
No.
At this point, she's going to run up to, let's see here, 5, 10, 15, 20, 25, 30, up to this turned vampire spawn, and then is going to make a slash with her silver short sword. which is not going to hit, but that's not a problem because instead she's going to take a wooden stake and try to thrust it into the chest of this vampire. And that one will, just as a natural roll, beat its AC. So that will be a dexterity saving throw from the vampire, which is a 4 plus 2, 6. So it fails. And this vampire not only is scared and running away, but also tripped on its own face in paralysis.
Woohoo!
Get him, Boxy.
So that ends Esmeralda's turn. Then comes Nepheron. Nepheron's going to sit there and sneak across like this, and is going to place a good old-fashioned fireball. And it'll hit some of these boxes here, unfortunately. Actually, no, if he's seen that, that's not what he'll do. He's smart enough to not sit there and kill friends.
Yeah, he's a pretty smart fox.
I mean, he has an intelligence of 20, so yeah.
Damn, he's smart as hell. He's smarter than your average fox.
Take the inspiration.
Can't make me.
All right. Looks like all he can do is Finger of Death. Constitution saving throw by the vampire, which is not going to do it. Turns out rolling natural 3s is not useful.
That's true.
So this one will end up having to take more dice than I have to roll. On this one, so that will be number 6, taking that amount of damage. So as this one, Nepheron comes out, points his finger right at the vampire's throat. You see some black energy coming off the tip of his finger, and then it shoots like straight in through the chest of the vampire. It slumps over. It's starting to breathe heavy, and it slowly comes back up. And that will end his turn. Now it's the Spawn's turn. Based off the fact that boxes haven't attacked yet, they're going to move to there, to there, and then these guys have to run away. Yeah.
Did that one, number 2, did it take damage already from Esmeralda?
No, it's paralyzed, so it can't move, actually. So that's how it all works out. At this point, I've got no attack capable by number 2. And then I'll have 3 on Hagrid. Okay, so first one, it's a natural 2, that'll miss. That's a 19.
Beats it.
All right, so that ends up being 7 slashing damage. As it takes a claw and it gets right through one of the soft parts next to your neck. And then the last one, natural 2, so that will miss. Let's see here. That will bring us back to the top of the order with Lucian.
All right. I will come over here. Is this the one that Esmeralda paralyzed?
No, the one that Esmeralda paralyzed is the one she's standing right next to.
Oh, aha. Okay. All right. And I'm going to hit it with Bieo.
Okay.
That's a 27.
27 hits.
All right. And then I still have. Actually, hang on. Okay, so I don't get the bonus damage from Wrathful Smite anymore now, but
Why would that be? It's a concentration spell.
because it says the next time I hit with a melee weapon attack during the spell's duration, my attack deals an extra damage.
Okay.
But I think that means though still that things have to make that wisdom saving throw.
It's really weird that one part of the spell ends before the other.
Right. I think it's just over. Like I think that the thing that I hit, if it then it has to deal with that effect for a minute, but so yeah, I don't think that is in effect anymore. I just wanted to double check it before I rolled. Make sure I had the right number of dice. Alright, that one. Okay.
So it came down to if it fails the DC check and it becomes frightened, it can use its like the end of its turn to sit there and try to resolve that frightened condition.
Right. Alright, that's 27 damage.
27 damage. All right, that ends up the first of the dead vampires.
Alright.
It has as much energy as any actor in a Twilight movie.
Sweet. Okay. And then I will shoot at that vampire spawn.
Go ahead and roll with disadvantage. If you miss, it means that you're hitting number 6 instead of number 5.
Okay.
Unless you miss horribly.
Let's see, that's a 14.
And what's your other number?
The higher number is a 21.
Yeah, you hit number 6. 14, unfortunately, would have missed.
Okay.
But we weren't sitting there. Yeah, it's not whether or not you would have hit them. It's would you have hit the intended target.
Okay.
So your damage is going to number 6 instead.
All right, that's fine. That's going to be 2d10. 9 damage.
9 damage. That was exactly how much you needed to kill the Finger of Death guy.
Ooh.
This guy just got fingered.
That was a good cleanup round for me. All right, that's it for me.
His name Freddy?
Surprisingly, no. No, it was Scotty. Scotty doesn't know that Fiona and me just killed his ass with a fucking 8th level spell. Yep. That brings us up to Hagrid.
All right. Would I be able to cast Sacred Flame at the paralyzed one next to Esmeralda?
You certainly could.
Without...
As a common sense check, it can't move until somebody pulls that wooden stake out of his chest.
Well, I don't want to disengage from the one that's near me yet either. Just want to know if I can cast that spell to the side and then my main action.
I mean, if you sit there and you want to be able to make a spell attack and a melee attack, you're going to have to accept an attack of opportunity. Otherwise, you can attack with the weapon and roll disadvantage on the ranged attack spell. Because no matter what, Yeah, I mean, it's just in order to try to get away with no penalties, it's going to be very difficult to pull off.
Okay. Then I will just use my main action to melee strike the one next to me, and
Okay.
I'm gonna actually switch back to my blessed longsword
Okay.
for this,
Mm-hmm.
and that is a 19.
19 will hit quite easily.
That is actually 5 slashing only because it's still got a -1 to its
Yep.
damage.
Yep.
1 radiant from divine strike,
Okay.
and then I assume that my sword will do radiant damage. The blessed part of the sword will do
It's
radiant damage to
suppressed.
the vampire.
Yeah. Part of what the mod did is it suppressed the blessing on there. So it can return that way, but it's temporarily off.
Okay. I just remember the damage modifier. I don't remember anything about it affecting
Yes.
the blessedness of it.
Yeah. I'll check back on the stream from last time, but one of the abilities it had was to erode the metal and suppress enchantments or enchantment-like abilities to it. So it's one of those that I think you focus more on the -3 to your armor than anything else. It's the same kind of mending and focusing on the arcane nature of the enchantment to reestablish that connection, and it'll be back.
Okay.
Yep.
Understood.
Yep.
That ends my turn then.
Okay. That brings us to Crispin.
Alrighty. Well, I'm gonna tell that box and that box to attack.
Okay. With the box by Esmeralda, you roll with advantage because it's paralyzed.
Nice. Well, the first box, the non-advantage one, is a 13.
13.
Well, there's a plus a 6, so 19 to hit.
That will hit instead. Never mind.
Okay, and then the advantage is a 5 and a 13, so a 13 plus 6 is 19 also, so both hit.
So hits. It's no longer afraid. You hear that? You're not afraid anymore.
And I guess I use the same damage for both of them. It's 5 total.
Okay, so that comes
And okay, sorry. Now that I've given those 2 orders, it says once given an order, the creature continues to follow until the task is complete. Would the other ones continue to go towards their closest vampire, since that was their original order?
That I would agree with that interpretation.
Okay, perfect. So then this guy will take position here. This one will move back there. And I still don't have control of this middle one.
Are you kidding me? Who's the fucking DM of this game? Fucking sucks. Now you should give it a try.
Still not.
Oh my god. Becky, look at that butt. Now try.
Now I got it. Now it's going to go over by that paralyzed one.
Mhm.
All right, and then for my main action, I am going to pull out my crossbow and fire a silver bolt at the guy straight in front of me.
All right, go for it.
That would be a 11 plus 3, 14 to hit.
14 unfortunately misses.
Alrighty. And I don't feel like moving, so that's my turn.
Okay, that will bring us to Leyland.
All right. I'm gonna transfer my hunter's mark to this guy. I think. How long?
Number 5.
The guy in the back.
Number 3.
And I'm gonna fire at him.
All right. Go ahead and roll a hit.
22 to hit.
22 hits.
8 piercing plus 4.
Okay.
And wing him again. Natural 20.
All right. Naturally hits.
So 10 piercing
Okay.
plus 3.
How'd you get the 3? That gets doubled as well.
6.
Yep.
I forgot if I double both the dice or just the one.
You double all dice.
Okay.
Unless you're a barbarian with brutal critical. That's just extra dice.
Okay.
It's the only exception to the rule.
Double all the dice. Got it.
Yep. Yep. All right. All done with that?
Yep.
All right. Esmeralda is going to head back this way. 10, 15, 20, 25. He's going to make another slash and stab with a stake. The slash with the silver sword is going to be a 14, which just barely misses. And then making the stab with the stake. This one, unfortunately, the vampire was able to dodge. That brings us to Nephiron. He's going to come up here and make a stabby. That's a natural 19, which will hit. So that vampire needs to make a Constitution saving throw as well. But that's a natural 20, so it just takes the damage. So that is number 5. There we go. All right, that brings us to the spawn. This spawn here is no longer afraid because of the damage taken by that guy. And then vampire spawn number 4 here is actually going to run away and up the stairs and out of the combat narrative. He got turned so hard
that now we have to find him.
Yeah, because I'm sure he's not the only person left in the castle.
Yep, not in the Amber Temple, but number 5 here is going to make 2 more attacks, but this time at Nephiron, because it was the one that most recently hit him. And Nephiron's AC, that's a miss, and that's a hit. So Nephiron will end up taking 8 damage. There we go. That brings us back up to the top of Lucian.
All right, what's left? That's a lot of stuff attacking that one.
You got sneak attack on everything if boxes count as allies.
I would say that it's unorthodox but true.
Well, the wording of sneak attack actually says that it just needs to be an enemy of that enemy. It doesn't have to be my ally.
Oh.
Yep. Both interpretations are possible in this case.
All right.
Because for starters, there's not a third faction.
I mean, a third faction is animated boxes, I think.
They're mostly aligned with you.
I mean, can a box really have allegiance?
Yes. Have you never seen the Box Ghost?
All right. So I moved up there to flank the vampire spawn with the boxes. That's a adjusted 20 to hit.
That hits.
All right. So let's see. It's 10. 15. So that's 26 damage again.
26 damage again on the paralyzed number 2. Which, by the way, I think for a paralyzed enemy, all melee attacks are critical hits.
Maybe.
I'll have to double check on that. Hardest thing to remember, what status effects do and spells.
Right? Yeah. Almost want a DM screen just to have those status effects right there.
Yeah.
I think the reincarnated one does.
Conditions.
The 5e. Not to product plug for Blizz Kids.
Yeah, I definitely need to get the page that has the status effects tab on my player's guide. Because this is getting ridiculous. Here we go. Paralyzed. Creatures incapacitated. Automatically fails strength and dex saving throws. Attack rolls have advantage. Any attack that hits the creature is a critical hit if the attacker is within 5 feet of the creature.
Okay, cool. So then that is 48 damage then instead.
Nice.
Because there's 21 on the dice.
Yeah. All right. As this one, you look like his eyes are definitely screaming, and he wants to like emit some sound of pain, but it comes out as little whimpers because just like the rest of his body, his vocal cords are paralyzed too. Mm-hmm.
So it's still alive?
Yeah, it wishes it wasn't, but yes, it's very much alive.
Wow, that's impressive.
You were the first thing to actually hit it that wasn't a wooden stake.
Ah, gotcha. Okay. I would like to use, for my bonus action then, an offhand strike. So I'll flip my dagger of venom off my belt and into the paralyzed vampire.
Mm-hmm. Okay. Roll with advantage.
Yep. That's going to be a 25 to hit.
That's an automatic critical.
Okay. I need to roll some d4s here. All right. So that's 14 plus. So just 14 because you don't get to add your damage on offhand or your bonus. I mean, so 14 damage.
Okay. As this one comes through, and like you can see the venom pulsing through the arm that you've created. He just kind of looks there, and it's like it honestly looks like if he had the ability to cry like sweet surrender, he'd be doing it right now, but he's paralyzed.
I can't believe that he's not dead, but all right, I'm done.
Yeah. That brings us to Hagrid.
All right, switch back to the Warhammer.
Okay.
Sword is useless. So that's 15 to hit.
15 just barely hits.
So that's plus. It's 8 bludgeoning and 6 radiant from my divine strike.
Can't tell if that was a 5 or a 2 I wrote there, so I'm going to assume it's a 5.
That's a
So
5.
what's the damage on that? Yeah. What was the total damage on that, Hagrid?
I'm trying to remember what I had. 6 radiant from the divine strike
It was 8
and
bludgeoning.
yeah.
All right, so 14 plus that. All right. As this one comes down, as you sit there and notice the temporary fate of your sword, you clutch up on your warhammer and you come down right on the head. And you've always wanted to know what it's like when a vampire head literally explodes. Well, you don't want to know what it's like anymore because you found out, and it's now all over the front of your armor. Thankfully, you cleaned up that hole quite nicely so it didn't get directly on you, because that would have been a pain in the ass to wash. Yeah, anything else?
No, that ends my turn.
All right. That brings us to Crispin.
All right, I'll start off with my bonus action and Box's attack.
All right. So that's 4 box attacks.
All right, I'm just gonna
3 of which have advantage.
roll 1d20 for each batch. So one for these 3 and one for that one, if that's all right.
That's fine. If you've got advantage on 3
Yeah.
attacks.
With the advantage, that is a 20,
Yeah, that hits.
and then the solo one is a 7.
The solo one misses.
All right.
However,
And then
of the collective damage that does, would you like to describe how this paralyzed vampire dies from box?
we're going with a box doggy pile. The first box is gonna jump on it, and then we're just gonna keep stacking boxes on them.
The sheer weight of this finally destroys the structural integrity of the vampire skeleton as it comes flattened down. As the boxes then hop off, it looks like Brendan Fraser in the movie Monkey Bone after he got smashed. And we did it, guys. We got Monkey Bone into an episode of Dungeons and Dragons. We've won the game. Congratulations.
Woo!
Yep. So the boxes have attacked.
All right, and then I guess I will move over yonder. And activating my tattoo is another. It would be a bonus action, also, right?
I believe that's what I said it was.
Okay,
yes.
then I will just go ahead and shoot a crossbow at him, at the last remaining guy.
Sweet. The last guy.
And that is a 15 plus 3, 18.
18 hits.
And that is
Silvered, so double the damage.
perfect. Oh, double the damage will be 2.
2 damage. Okay.
Yeah.
Sweet.
And that is my turn.
Okay, that brings us to Laven.
Keep shooting at the dude.
All right.
14 to hit.
14 just barely misses.
All right. And a 9.
That misses, but by a lot more. Okay, that brings us to Esmeralda.
Glad I could help, guys.
Yeah, Esmeralda is going to go 5, 10, 15, 20, 25, and he's just going to sit there and stop all pretense with the sword and going to try to stab him with the stake because she's got 2 remaining. That misses, so she's going to follow up and try to do it again with her main action. That will break the AC of the vampire. There's the Constitution saving throw. Natural 1, guys. Natural 1. Natural mother effing 1.
That was my last roll, too, so.
That's all right. The natural ones work better when it's going against you guys, apparently. So that guy gets paralyzed, and that ends Esmeralda's turn. Neferon is going to hold a spell in case the zombie breaks on that one. The zombie spawn's going to try to go, but can't because they're either dead, ran away like a little bitch, or paralyzed. All right. At this point, battle is ended. Since there's no one capable of fighting. However, there is still an alive combatant, but they're paralyzed and incapable of fighting.
Can I set one of my boxes on him?
Oh, you certainly can.
Okay, I'd like to rest this box on top of him to make sure he doesn't go anywhere.
All right, roll for gravity.
I think we just executed.
That's a nat 20, and that's a waste of a nat 20 because I figured gravity existed regardless.
Yeah, but you set here, and it's like artistic, and you have it bouncing on a tip and spinning around just slowly. On here, you've throughout the very, very little formal education you've had in your life, which is honestly how you learned how to play instruments, most likely, you somehow figured out how to manipulate gravity based off of just telling a box to do something.
Gravity only exists if you believe it exists.
Like the color red.
Yeah, it's just a hypothesis.
Well,
That's a really weird thing that you just did.
yeah, Esmeralda, you try to stab him with wood?
Wait. This is the weird part? This is what we have a problem with.
So wait, did the one that Crispin put the box on die?
No, it's still paralyzed and unalive.
Oh, okay. I'd say we execute him.
Should we? Can he talk?
No, because he's paralyzed.
Paralyzed people can talk.
Not when your vocal cords are paralyzed.
This is a different kind of paralysis?
This isn't like Christopher Reeve paralysis.
Right. This is full body paralysis.
This is like living death syndrome.
Yeah, locked in syndrome.
Well,
Locked in, thank you. Living death syndrome is a very different syndrome.
I guess I command the boxes to open themselves.
I want to break off a leg of one of the boxes.
Hey, they're my friends.
And then I'm going to stab this vampire in the heart.
They've been more loyal than you guys.
Let's see what's in here. Here we go. Let's see here. Place marked T. Actually, here's the fun part. And here's what's really going to be funny. Based off of the location in which you placed that, box, it shifted the weight of the vampire just enough where it just falls over, and the box and the vampire just... And you've seen something like this before. It's like a teleportation circle between Castle Ravenloft and Argina Vostalt.
Huh.
But in this room, you see more sarcophagi, one to the west, one to the east, one to the south. And then those stairs up is a spiral staircase up to the floor. Your internal map realizes you have yet to be in that upper room.
Yeah. There's a guy that ran up there earlier if we're concerned about him.
Yeah.
Who's he going to talk to?
More vampires?
I'm interested in these sarcophagi, though.
Oh, sure. When you want to look at a sarcophagus, it's okay. But when I want to look at a child sarcophagus, it's weird.
See, now you admit you know what it was.
Exactly.
No.
Wait, that wasn't a violin case?
I mean,
You thought it was a violin case?
Isn't
I
that
didn't
what
get a good look at it.
sarcophagus means?
So you thought
Deception.
you thought it was a child's violin.
Roll
Yes.
deception.
No, there's no deception involved.
Roll for stupid.
The adjusted intelligence would be 11.
Yeah, you're not that's like 2 intelligence stupid, not 10, 8 intelligence stupid.
Ah.
I heard a hard light.
Yeah. All right. So, just because I'm not on the page, the X's are the locations of the sarcophagi. Let me know which ones that you guys want to investigate: west, south, or east.
I have a question before investigating. Am I able to take more than one boon?
Oh, absolutely.
Do these have symbols or something like the last ones did?
Yeah. So the rest of these sarcophagi is way more ornate. As they come, there's towering arches on there. It looks like they've gone through a lot of trouble to try to sit there and make these look nice, but also protected. There's one where there's an etching on the west side of a grinning mouth. The one to the south ends up having a symbol that you can't really tell
Perfect.
on here. It's something you've never really seen before, but it's some weird contraption. Star.
Sorry, what was that?
On the east one, you see a star.
A star.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. I'm already at the south one.
So you want to go to the south one? As you sit there and you place your hand onto the south sarcophagus, your consciousness is flown into the vestige inside. You hear the following. I will exclusively converse with sentient beings educated in the arts of magic. Nothing else interests me more, and you should feel the same. There's not enough time in a lifetime to unravel all the secrets hiding in the weave. What's that? I can hear your thoughts, did you know? I can hear your lament. You'll never be able to know and learn everything. You are mortal and shall never know all arcane secrets that have ever been discovered, ever. But there is a way to abandon mortaldom and advance. A way to achieve immortality. A secret way to hide one's soul away from the body in order to protect it. I feel your knowledge of magic is very far from achieving this goal. You're not useful to me. But I will admit I feel potential. I'll give you the secret, the arcane recipe. The rest is all on you. Maybe one day you'll come back and thank me, just like Xanther did. Do you accept?
I heard immortality. He was talking really fast.
So basically, he's offering you a way to gain immortality by sort of putting your soul into something and protecting it.
You're not there.
I'm just repeating because he didn't hear what you said.
There were parts of it I missed.
That was kind of the point.
Okay.
So he's going to become Voldemort?
First off, he's going to become Tom Riddle.
All right.
He'll be a lich.
Oh, shut the fuck up. You keep that game going, I'm going to take away levels.
I'm going to say yes and see where this takes me.
Ooh.
Okay.
But
On
that's
this one.
what the price.
I get to write a blurb to you.
Also, did I hear you say that that someone named Xanther had thanked this person for this gift in the past?
You're not there.
Oh man.
I'll tell you when I come out.
Xanther. What a douche.
He's a canoe of poopy.
Yes.
There's a lot of typing.
Yeah.
Yeah.
There we go.
Well, it is the recipe to immortality. I'm guessing it's not a short little thing.
It's a dash of paprika.
And a phylactery.
Interesting.
How long does it take to type the number 42?
No, that's the answer. I was writing the question.
Interesting.
Yep. And then, okay, next up.
I guess I'll talk to the east.
The
I'm a
east.
star. It's got a star above it. It seems fitting.
Yes. On this one, as you place your hand through and come in contact with the vestige inside, you sit there and goes, "You're searching for power, I know. Just like many others, you come seeking the power over life and death. I am Zudon, the Corpse Star. I am the master of death. However, very few know there is a price. Death is a veil which surrounds a soul. If you want to take it away, you'll have to wear it yourself. That's how I ended up here, but I can still share a little of that power with you. Just enough for you to make one very important decision."
I'm not sure what you're saying, but I will definitely have what you're having.
You have learned how to cast the resurrection spell once, and there's no limitation with how long the corpse has been dead in order to resurrect them. However, as you leave the appearance, you look ghastly. You have a corpse, like you look like a oh god, the people from Fallout.
Ghoul.
Yeah, you look like a
Oh.
yeah, you look like a half-orc version of a ghoul,
Oh.
and it's very easy to mistake you as an undead creature.
Oh, lovely.
Sorry, I have a disguise kit. We can put makeup on you when we have to be around civilized people.
Oh, he'll just need a bushy mustache. He'll be fine.
Yeah, I have that in my kit too.
Yeah.
Uh,
At this point, Nephiron kind of begins to look around at Laven. He goes, "What'd you just accept?"
What?
But what happened in there? What did you accept?
He showed me how to do something.
No, I talked to Bonnie.
What was that?
Bonnie.
Sorry.
what did he show you how to do?
I think how to become a lich.
Have you done it? Are you a lich?
He couldn't make me one.
At this point, Laven, I'd like you to roll an Arcana check with advantage.
13.
That's okay with what you know.
Hagrid, do you want to take a look at the other box? Because if not, I will totally do it.
And does anyone know, or has anyone heard of someone named Xanther?
No, but I'm assuming that if that sarcophagus gave you the ability to become a lich, that Xanthar might be the lich that is here.
I got it, guys. If you switch up the letters in Xanther, does it spell Strahd?
Like Voldemort?
At this point, Esmeralda just kind of nods at you and goes like, yeah, very good. Yeah.
I knew it.
You can spell Anthraxy.
Anthraxy.
I'm beginning to wonder why I joined up with you guys.
That's just starting now?
No, I've been wondering for a while. Now I'm just loudly wondering.
Gotcha.
To answer your question, go ahead.
Okay.
So I think Nephiron has been here before. Or he knows this process.
At this point, Nephiron begins to he takes a step back and goes like, I'm sorry, what are you talking about?
Yeah, what do you mean, Laven?
Something about what they showed me in there. I think
comes in and comes forward. Yeah, actually, now that I think about it, I've never seen a fox-styled humanoid in my life.
Same.
And something's up here.
Is your last name McCloud?
Is there any more details you can give us on what you're talking about, Laven?
I think he might be in the process of doing what this guy told me to become a lich.
Is one of the steps becoming a fox?
Well, I don't know that exactly.
You actually do know that, Laven.
Okay.
There's a number of ways where if you fail in the process, there's a number of side effects. Some of them mean that you become like these this class of creatures known as Yugoloths. And Yugoloths here are very, very powerful magical creatures, and ultimately the goal is to try to become a lich in this case. We just know that in this case, it's not a completed process. And typically that means you have to kill more and more. And the more powerful beings that you kill, the more likely you are to complete the process.
Now I have a question on my end. Do I feel dead inside, or is it just an appearance thing?
Just an appearance thing. You've never been more alive inside.
Okay.
Nephron, I think you need to start talking.
I'll let you know what I can know. Like, I know, but what do you need me to say?
Oh, what race are you? How'd you be? Were you born a fox?
Yes.
What is your What are your people called?
The Arcanoloths.
That sounds a lot like Yugoloth.
Roll insight.
That is a 14.
Yeah, it does sound a lot like Yugoloths.
See, guys, I'm learning things.
Nephron, what are you doing here?
I don't know. Like, I was just in this orb of darkness for who knows how long.
Oh, that's right. He doesn't have memories from before that, does he?
Oh. Never mind. I wouldn't know this as a character.
Is he? Because he came out of like an object, right?
Right. Yeah, that was that gray orb.
So, could that have been like the place his soul was kept, kind of, in the way that process was described to me?
Based off of the knowledge that you've been given and coming up with going through the process of lichdom, that wasn't necessarily it. It's more of an orb of darkness that was created.
Okay.
So it was designed to keep him from being seen until he was ready to be seen.
Okay.
Which is all just coming back to you. Like, it's just a single Sherlock Holmes moment of, this all makes sense.
Shit.
You really don't remember anything?
No, as it begins to back up more and more.
Insight check.
Yeah, roll for it.
That's a 13.
Totally knows more.
Start talking, or I'm going to turn you into a new winter jacket.
You're going to have to ask a question. I don't know where to start. Because I don't know why this is happening.
Yeah. Have you been in this room before?
No.
Insight check.
Yeah.
Yeah, go ahead and roll.
I already forgot what the bonus was. It's a.
I just rolled a 21.
Same.
You sit there and you're able to piece off of what Leovan is saying and believing Leovan to be speaking true. You strongly believe he has been in this room, but when you're looking at his face, especially the more you've talked to him, the more you think he believes that he hasn't, but that doesn't match the evidence.
If you were truly born this way, You would answer a question only your people would know the answer to. So
hold on. You're going to ask me a question that only Arcanoloths and you will know the answer to.
yes. Because I'm a bard,
I'm
I
listening.
know the answer to this question.
Okay.
What does the fox say?
What does the fox say? What does the fox say? You know how many fucking times in my life somebody has come up with this? Oh, what does the fox say? Oh, what does the fox say? And no one's talking about you, you corpse-looking motherfucker.
He's starting to get a little defensive.
Yeah.
Oh, really? Racism doesn't piss you off?
Not about foxes.
I was looking for Karuku Kuku Kuku. Guys, I don't think he's a real fox.
To be fair, I don't think he ever said he was a fox.
If you ever give yourself asthma attacks by laughing. Oh, God. Oh, well played.
All right, Nephron, what is it that you're hoping to accomplish here? Like, why are you working with us, and what are you hoping to gain out of working with us?
Well, first things first, I want my goddamn memories back. So I was figuring, going along with you guys, power and numbers and all that, I'm more likely to figure out who the fuck took my memories.
Eddie. Nothing's gotten triggered yet.
But if you remember those memories, how do then you know that they're actually your memories if you can't remember them?
Are you trying to say this is an Eternal Sunshine of the Spotless Mind thing going on here? And someone just took them away, and now I know that I don't have memories, and Elijah Wood is just sitting there and smoking weed right on top of me when I'm sleeping?
And Crispin heard weed, and that's the only thing he got out of that conversation.
Look, I know, based off of the way that I look, I have had memory, like I've been around for more than a few months. But I can only remember the last few months.
So what was going on the few months before we found you?
I got stuck in an orb of darkness, that's what the fuck happened.
So you were in that orb for a few months.
Yeah.
Could you see out of the orb?
No, it was an orb of darkness.
Well, sorry.
Could you hear?
Yes, it was an orb of darkness.
Did you hear anything interesting?
I thought I did, and that was you guys. Now I'm not so sure.
All right, guys, I think that we can agree that Nephron is a little fishy, but I think that at the same time, we need him, and he needs us.
Yeah. Let's make him go up the stairs first.
Well, I still have a sarcophagus to look at, and I walk over and place my hand on the one on the west.
So you're saying I could have gotten a small boon from that baby sarcophagus?
I don't even know.
We'll never know.
Apparently.
At this point, as you go through into the vestige trapped in amber, you hear, "So you come here, seeking the ancient power source which brought Count Strahd von Zarovich to where he stands. It is curious you are interested in acquiring what he has. Are you trying to fight fire with fire?
You must know this gift is not free to take, like so many others in this place. No. There is a price. The price is blood, flowing red and fresh from a recent kill. But not just any blood. It must be the blood of one who loves or reveres you, slain by your hand. If you drink that blood, the deal is sealed. Or else, your own blood shall suffice, as long as you're slain by hateful enemies. Only then shall you achieve the glory of immortality.
I don't.
As you're going, yeah, as you sit there and think about this, trying to find the right words, you think back to your recent battle with Strahd and Rahadin, and how he was able to evaporate upon being destroyed a second time. And it all comes together, and you're very, very certain that what he's asking you is to create a blood covenant to become a vampire.
Right. Yeah. No, that I understood, and I don't want to do that, especially because I don't have. I've only had one person that in recent memory who loved or revered me, and that person is nowhere near here. But what I'm thinking, and this is Lucian's thought process as well as mine, that we came here to seek the secret to killing Strahd permanently. And what I'm thinking is that I was just told, basically, we have to no longer hate him in order to permanently kill him.
That is not what was said. It came down for you to seal the covenant. You have to be killed by those who hated you.
Oh, okay.
When in the Tomb of Strahd, which you also remember because you transcribed the book, it wasn't until he was killed by the city guard, who, under the hatred of his own family after killing his brother.
Right.
Because his brother kind of loved him but didn't really revere him. But it was his own death that really sealed the glory of immortality.
Okay.
Okay?
Never mind.
So, am I allowed? Can I interact with this vestige? Like, can I talk to it other than agreeing or disagreeing?
Yeah, you can try.
Okay. I do not seek this power. I seek the means to unravel it. How can I do that?
Interesting. When the covenant is sealed, there is a vestige created, hidden, a symbol of our pact. The dissolution of that will provide you permanent, inescapable death. Why must you ask?
My reasons are my own.
Very well. Now, will you accept the covenant?
I do not.
And your body leaves, or your mind leaves that vestige and comes back out, and you're back around your friends.
Guys.
Yeah.
I think I figured out what we need to do to kill Strahd permanently.
Which is...
So he he's formed a covenant with this vestige, and when that happens, like a symbol of that covenant, a hidden vestige is formed, and we need to destroy that to break the covenant so that he can be killed.
Interesting.
Esmeralda comes. What kind of covenant? Like what do we need to destroy?
His immortality. I don't know what the symbol of this covenant is.
Wait a minute. I can bring. I was granted the ability to bring anything, resurrect any body.
Mm-hmm.
Would resurrecting Strahd and then killing him work?
I don't think that you can resurrect him because he's immortal. He doesn't actually die.
He is in a state of undeath right now, where this is not like a zombie creature in Final Fantasy where if I sit there and resurrect it, it takes
Immortal properties.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's more or less what I was asking. Okay, then never mind. Shit. Well, if any of you guys die, I got your back. What about that dead guy whose head we returned? I could bring him back. Wasn't he a good fighter?
Oh, Arginivost?
Yeah.
No, the Vistiani dude from Van Ricken's Tower is what he's talking about.
We found his bones and returned them.
Yeah, that was Arginivost.
Oh, yeah. In reality, you just found one fused bone.
So we need to figure out what his symbol of this covenant is and destroy it so that we can destroy him.
Did Laven ever tell us what he was told?
And he's being kind of cagey about it.
Oh, that's right. He kind of had that little conversation with the fox.
Yeah, I was told basically how to become a lich, and through learning about that, figured out that Neferon is in that process.
Interesting.
Well, hold on a second. So you're telling what I got from this conversation, as Esmeralda kind of brings the group close together, is that there's something here that, if destroyed, means Strahd can meet permanent end. So it's basically the only thing in the world that Strahd would actually care to protect.
Yeah.
I can promise you this would be in Castle Ravenloft. It'd be the only thing that's under 24-hour guard.
Right, and it would not be on his person either.
Do you have the map of Ravenloft?
Yes.
Yeah, unfurl that.
Okay.
As she's sitting there and scanning around, and she's looking through the spire. She goes like, there. And for those of you who have the Castle Ravenloft map already downloaded, if not, you have a map and you can look at it now. There in the spire, there's something that is large and oddly shaped. I bet that whatever's being protected is in that taller spire.
I don't actually know what map to look at here.
When did we get that?
Last week's session, you guys went to the architect's room and found blueprints to Castle Ravenloft.
Right, I mean, I'm looking for an image that I can look at, but
Was that in the Skype or?
Yeah, it was on the Skype last week.
Okay,
it was in the same room where you fought the Amber Maw.
Did you give us a link to the map though? I don't remember if you did or not.
I'm doing it now.
Oh, okay.
That's what I was asking.
Because I can't use my camera phone on this because you guys don't get potato quality images.
Right. By the way, Crispin, the plan that we had discussed about a way to retrieve the Sun Sword.
Yes.
I think that this map could help us do that without being invited to Strahd's into Castle Ravenloft again.
Very, very nice. But where are we gonna get a water buffalo this time of night?
What a water buffalo?
Yes. Wait. Different plan. Sorry.
No,
Wait.
we're talking about one that requires a door of dimensions.
Sorry, I was thinking of a dream I had. I should have known. You're currently wearing clothes.
I
Roll for 1d4 psychic damage.
I don't even want to know.
All right.
All I'm saying is a male elf is probably better looking than an orc female.
I'm a half elf.
Yeah, I'm a half orc. Put us together and
You got
we're a
orc elf.
Orc. I think you could get orc eye.
That's how those are made.
Well, I mean, canonically in Tolkien's universe, Uruk-hai were made by breeding men with orcs.
So starting off with the part of import. So the spires that she pointed out are going right there. So check your phones, boys and girls.
there we go. Okay.
And then where did she say it was at? Like, just in the spire?
In the tallest spire, yeah.
Okay.
And what she points out is sort of the giant heart-shaped crevice. So in the map you can see it that I sent on the group chat. However, due to the plans, you see the room for one, but you don't actually see that spot, like that, the heart itself.
Okay.
And she just kind of goes like, no, like seriously, think about it. What's the one place in Barovia that's harder to get to than anywhere else? And then Strahd would be able to intervene quite easily.
Yeah. No, it makes sense. Looking at the map, would we be able to sort of see, maybe using like some common sense to know where the best place for his like coffin is, like the place he always returns to?
Yes, absolutely. His coffin is set up in, oh God. It's on the bottom floor. If you look at the map, it'd be room K85 in there.
K85. All right, I'm going to write that down. Okay, because according to the card reading, that's where the Sun Sword is being kept.
Yes. Well, also, just to make sure that I don't sound like a douchebag GM, that was the last place that you heard. You're asking for another card reading from Esmeralda to sit there and see if any of the locations changed.
Right.
And she said that it's like everything is too much in flux to ask again in a few days, and she might be able to help you out more.
Right, yeah. We could probably do that when we get back to Valakai, I would think.
Yeah.
Well, what's our next move immediately?
I think our
We've
next
got
move
those
is-
stairs up there, and then we have the thing where the box and that corpse disappeared to. Or the pinned guy.
Did anyone find a magic key?
I have not.
This doesn't look like a headmaster's room. Can we start looking inside these boxes? See if there's anything worthwhile in them? Or they
Nothing.
just kind of...
They're your boxes, aren't they?
It looked like this is kind of like packaging that was used to carry vestiges, and all of those vestiges were placed into the amber sarcophagi. So it looked like it was just temporary transition. We're immediately confused as to why something's so mundane, but then you realize that the more mundane it looks, the less people are going to look for it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
Well, why don't we go upstairs? We should probably chase after that guy that ran away.
All
He's
right.
only got a 30-minute head start.
Yeah. As you guys set up for going upstairs, we're going to take a 5-minute break so I can use the bathroom.
Okay. Anyone else around? What you doing, Bear? What's up, buddy?
I assume it's break time there, bud.
What's that, Dad?
I assume it's break time.
Yeah.
Okay.
Were you away before that?
Yes.
Oh, okay.
Chose to take my own break.
Ah. So did you catch the discussion about locations in Castle Ravenloft?
Yeah, I was here for that.
Oh, okay. I think we're planning to head upstairs next.
Yeah, I mean, let's keep going if we have the opportunity.
Yeah.
We're still in the Amber Temple, though, right? I mean, how much more
Yeah.
do we have available?
it's just-
Okay.
I think it's just
I think
upstairs.
Yeah, upstairs and then the couple of locked rooms.
Right, yeah. Well, those are just more of the vestiges.
Gotcha.
Pretty sure, at least. Like I doubt
Because he
that
did on one of them. He did tell us you
Right.
go in and you find 3. Oh no, that's locked.
Right. Yeah. So I'm assuming that because I mean I also out of character. Jay and I discussed that one time. There's quite a few vestiges here. We've only come across a handful of them.
Alrighty, I'm back.
Welcome back.
Is vestiges the right word for that?
Sarcophagi.
Well, the vestiges are in the sarcophagi. That's what Jay's been calling them, is vestiges.
Okay.
So I'm just going off of the info I've got.
All right, guys, I'm back.
All right.
So what's our plan? We're heading upstairs?
Yeah. Would it be possible to take a short rest to regain like spell slots and what have you, hit dice before we go up?
That requires me to make some rolls.
Like, do you guys want to do that? I mean, I have one spell slot that I used, and I can get it back on a short rest. However, I don't know how helpful that spell's really going to be.
I'm full health, so health-wise I don't need it, and I've got enough spells that I can still be dangerous.
If I drink
Well,
a
as dangerous
potion,
as I
I'd
can
probably
be.
be full health.
Okay.
And I'm only down 2 spell slots, and I'm not going to use more than that, I would think, of those. Just 2 level 1s. So either way, I'm going to keep my eye turned on Nephron.
Yeah. All right.
I kind of want to put him on a leash or something if we got some rope.
Ooh, I'm going to do that. Jay,
Yeah,
I want to use my rope and put Nephron on a leash.
this is really demeaning. As you sit there and create the knots necessary in order to, and then put it like right around his neck. He goes like, guys, I don't know how to tell you this, but if I was going to kill you, I would have done so already. I had plenty of opportunities.
Nephron,
Well,
this
just
isn't
making
really
sure-
about how you are right now. It's about how you might be when your memories come back.
That.
Yes.
Like,
It's-
you don't know who you were before we found you. We don't know who you were before we found you. And once your memories come back, you may not be the kind of person that we want to be anywhere near.
Like, even I know this is a good idea.
So first
That
off,
says something.
like if I had fox middle fingers, I would fox flip you off right now. Because literally the only people in the last few months who either bothered to listen to me, let alone help me, are afraid of what I might be.
Aren't
It's
you?
not because
Well-
you're a fox.
Should we put him back into normal darkness?
Yeah, because I can't walk out of that.
Well, you seem to be stuck in it before.
Now, there's a prison that I didn't mind being in.
Why did you voluntarily stay in there?
Well, because I was afraid people would sit there and act like assholes. Apparently I was right.
Look, I'm not trying to, like... I'm protecting you from yourself, too.
All right. No. I'm interested. How? How am I a danger to me right now?
Because if your memories come back, and then you're, like, evil or something, and you try to kill us all, this will prevent you from doing that. And then maybe we can fix you.
I'm still waiting to hear how this is a danger to myself.
Well, because when you try to kill us all, we're going to obviously resist.
And you've seen what we can do.
Look, okay, I'll do this, but I'm going to let you know very reluctantly.
Okay, well, all right, Nephron, then if you have an alternative that gives us the same level of relative comfort that you won't turn on us when you get your memories back, then maybe we don't need the leash. But we need something solid, tangible.
Well, I could always turn around and just walk away. How's that?
I don't see how that helps anybody.
Well, you're afraid with me being around you. You're afraid with me when I'm away. You're just afraid of me.
No,
okay?
I have no issues with you right now. I just have concerns over who you might become when you remember who you are.
I don't know.
Or here's an
Do you-
idea.
Do you guys think I'm being crazy here?
If it makes you feel any better, they put me on a rope the first week too.
He's going to insight check that roll deception.
That is a 10 plus 5, 15.
Oh, really? So anybody who's not one of the preferred races of the humans and the dwarves and the elves, you sit there and you do that. You sit there and you treated him that way.
I don't know. Our teeth are pretty sharp, dude.
You first off, don't apologize for who you are. Second off, you guys are fucking assholes.
They're nicer than most.
I'm gonna be like, yeah, guys, am I wrong for doing this?
It's a gray area. You're not right.
Okay,
Look.
we'll let him go then.
I've got this extra pair of clothes. I can fashion them into like a baby Bjorn situation, and you can ride around on my shoulders. Would that make you feel better?
Oh, like C-3PO.
Not at all.
Well, work with me.
Oh,
I'm coming up with ideas. We're trying to compromise.
I'm gonna put the rope away.
yeah. Apparently, none of you guys ever thought, "Hey, what if you restore my memories when I'm the only person in here? Then, no matter what I find out, I know I'm vastly outnumbered."
But I can't even remember my own memories. How the hell can I remember yours?
Well, if they were taken from me, they can be restored. I don't know if there's magic or not that can restore things.
Would I think that cure wounds would do anything? I wouldn't imagine.
With your 8 intelligence, you're pretty sure this is outside the realm. If you had a 4 intelligence, you'd sit there like, yeah, this will fix everything.
Crispin has an idea. He read about them in a lot of kids' storybooks that happened when people lost their memory.
You don't fucking kiss me.
No, I'm gonna bash him over the head with my loot.
Wait.
Yeah.
I don't think
Guys,
that's gonna work.
trust me, this is gonna work. I've read about it countless times.
Crispin,
Yes.
we have bigger fish to fry. There's an actual lich here somewhere, not a lich in
Which
training like the Foxman, or someone
Which
who just
one of us
figured
is
out
the
how to be
bard
a lich
here?
like the elf.
I've read countless children's songs where someone gets hit on the head, they can't remember things, you hit them on the head again, and everything's normal.
Well, if he does turn on us, I don't want to fight him now. I want to fight him after the lich.
Yeah.
Wait, hold on. So you hit somebody, and they get concussed and lose their memories. So you hit them again, and they get unconcussed?
Yeah, fight fire with fire.
It's called.
Yes,
double
thank
damage.
you.
No,
Finally, someone who knows something.
No.
Fire
This
with
is
fire.
distract all.
2 lefts make a right. Wait, 3 lefts. Wait.
All right, guys, let's go upstairs. I start walking upstairs.
Name of this episode, when we all decided to become Tony Pobar. God. All right. Now that that's done, you guys go up the stairs. As you walk up, the stone library has 20-foot high walls and 30-foot high vaulted ceiling. Covered the ceiling is a fresco that depicts angels being set ablaze in a hell.
Wow.
A black marble railing encases a gold marble staircase that spirals gently down a 30-foot wide, 30-foot deep shaft to the north. Against the gray walls stand 6 10-foot tall black marble bookcases. On their shelves are hundreds of well-preserved tomes. Embroidered rugs, chairs, and lit candelabras fill the southern half of the room. Some of these are bearskin, wolfskin, various animal leather rugs.
Is there anything else in the room? Like no people or anything?
Allow me to read through here.
Oh, sorry.
There are no people in the room.
Are there? So wait, the staircase that you described, is that the one that we just came up, or is there a second
Yes.
marble staircase?
That was the same marble staircase that you
Okay.
guys traversed up. On the western side of the wall, in the center west, the center south, and the center east, there are openings in the bookcases. Like it's the divided area between two bookcases. As you
Go there, right? Is that what we're wondering?
Sorry, what was that?
Didn't the spawn head up these same stairs? Where did he go?
Right. Yeah.
finish the explanation. In the center of the room, as you guys come up, it looks like a small sitting and reading area. For those of you who want to see where the vampire could have possibly gone, roll a. If you have training, if you have proficiency in survival to track, roll that. Otherwise, you're rolling investigation. And then let me know which one you roll.
Survival, a 19.
Okay.
While everyone's doing that, Crispin's just interested in going to go grabbing a bear skin rug.
Okay.
I got an 18 for investigation.
Yeah, so tracking with the amount of dust that has accumulated here over the years, it's been very, very easy to track footprints because you're so well trained in it, Leovan, and you can see him moving towards the west end of the room. And then as Leovan does that, you're able, Lucian, you're able to find a secret door in between the two bookcases.
Woohoo!
I'm gonna follow the footsteps west.
So do the footsteps lead to the secret door between the bookcases?
Yep.
Okay.
And that puts us into room 29. This one here, the description of this room is literally just secret room. Dust and cobwebs fill this otherwise empty room. There is what appears like it's kind of like in the old cartoons for Scooby-Doo when you end up getting that secret little passage in between two rooms. This is what it looks like, and you can see another secret passage on the far side of this 10-foot hallway.
Okay.
Neither of these rooms look like they'd be the Grandmaster's area where we'd find that key or anything.
Right, but it might be on the other side of this other
Right.
secret door here. So.
Okay, yeah. No, I was just clarifying. That was a legit question, not a statement.
This is Aaron talking, not Crispin.
Yes.
Oh, gotcha.
Yes.
I thought it was talking.
Intelligence levels are similar.
All right, guys. I think this might be it on the other side of this secret door here. So, ready up. I think it's luck.
Before you guys begin, I'd like to ask, would you want to save your game?
Ooh.
I would love to save the game right here.
Is that a thing that...
Please put in disc 2.
Is there a sarcophagus that offers that?
There's actually one that just ends up having a floating, it looks like a floating question mark.
All right.
And you stand over it, you hear this little, and there's a box that just comes up that you can see. It's open up the menu and select save in order to save your game.
I pull out Yayo. I sit there for a second, eyes closed, take a deep breath. All right, guys. It's been great. Let's do this.
Hold on. And I'm going to hand... I've got 4 potions of invulnerability. I'm going to hand one to Lucian and one to Hagrid and one to Crispin.
All right. So for those of you, when you drink the potion of invulnerability, you have resistance to all damage types. So no matter what I say, the damage type is, you take half of it.
Okay.
Okay? And that will last for 10 rounds.
Okay. I'm going to wait to drink mine until we get to the other side of the wall.
Mm-hmm.
It's a bonus action to drink potions, right?
It is a bonus action for you to drink for you to feed yourself a potion. It's a
Right.
bonus action to feed someone else.
Okay.
So it's a bonus to drink, action to administer.
Yes.
Got it. Okay.
Ditto. I wait.
Yeah.
Yep.
Thank you, Layman.
Just want to make sure they're distributed.
Yeah. Thank you.
Thank you, Evan.
Let's go.
All right. I look for the mechanism to open the secret door at the end of the secret room.
All right. It's actually a tiny piece of wood that just is on a swivel.
Is it a wood plug?
It is not a plug. Yeah. So you're sitting there, and is that room 27 or 28?
I think we're in 27, if I remember.
No, you're 29 right now.
Oh, okay.
It's 27. So as you sit there and open up the door, and all come in, surgical strike team, SEAL Team 6 style. This 15-foot high room contains the trappings of royalty, ornate furniture, exquisite rugs and tapestries, and decorative statuary. Everywhere you look are lit candelabras atop small tables. The beauty of the decor is undone by thick dust and cobwebs. Standing in the center of the room is a decrepit skeleton clad in tattered robes. Red pinpoints the light burn in the skeleton's eye sockets. "Do I know you?" it asks.
What was the name of the lich again?
They said Exanther to me.
Exanther.
Yes. However, I would totally love if it was the enemy of He-Man.
Skeletor?
Yes. I'm going to be using Skeletor's voice for this entire encounter.
Are you Xanther?
I might be.
Well, we might be Xanther too.
I'm
That was a good one, Crispin.
That was good.
I'm not entirely sure. Something appears to have gone wrong.
Gone wrong.
Yes. I was doing something. And then I lost my train of thought.
Insight check.
Okay.
Happens to the best of us.
18.
He is not lying.
Okay.
So, maybe Xanther. Does this fox guy look familiar to you?
Perhaps. I don't want to say anything definitive because, to be honest, I'm flat out not sure.
So you don't have a memory either.
Does
If you guys had one to spare, that would be great.
does Nephron seem to be reacting to this at all?
Roll insight.
Stay in the thing, you bitch. Okay, that is 23.
I mean, he's shocked, but it's more like a holy shit, a talking skeleton kind of shocked.
Okay, so he doesn't appear to be having a revelation or anything like that.
I mean, the revelation that sometimes skeletons talk, but...
Sure.
When was the last time you've seen someone besides ourselves?
Yeah.
Do you know Strahd?
I kind of have heard the name, but I don't know if I've ever had a conversation with him. What does he do?
He sort of rules this realm.
Good for him.
I thought he was a poet.
He's that too.
Some people recognize him for that more than others. Do you have any magic keys on you?
He begins to reach out for you and puts his hand on your shoulder. It's not aggressive or anything at all. He goes like, "Son, I'm having trouble remembering my own name.
Maybe the magic key is friendship?
If you can help me out, I'll see what I can do to help you out."
It seems like he's close enough I can, reach into a pocket.
I like to kind of step in between, right up next to Leovan, so I'm kind of talking behind his head very quietly, is there anything in here that looks like anything that you learned about as far as storing your soul?
I want to look around and see if I recognize anything from the process that was described.
First off, we need to resolve your pickpocket attempt. Let's go sleight of hand.
Okay, not terrible. Where's my sleight of hand? 15.
As you reach in and you go through the notes, there's a bunch of small little scraps of paper, and it's kind of like memento. It's all written down with things that he needs to sit there and constantly remind himself of. So it sits there and one just says wash hands.
With soap.
That's the next one.
Have we noticed that we have difficulties remembering anything since we've been entering the building?
I mean, no more so than any player.
Yeah, no more so than anybody that relies on a 4-hour stream to remember what happened. Yeah.
Can I want to see if I recognize anything, or if something in this room rings a bell from what I was described about the Lich process.
As you look around, and on the desk is a number of tomes that have no writing in them at all. There's open books, nothing's written on them. A lot of time, in the process, you have heard, or you were told in the process that a lot of Lich higher levels of magic are to be destroyed on sight by the common individuals, so that it's written and a command word will make the text visible or invisible. So a lot of these books are put into its inert state right now. You don't see the item that would look as a phylactery, but as you look around, you see that there are 2 other secret doors in the room. One up on the northeast corner and one down in the southeast corner.
Look, Xanther, maybe you can help us. We're looking for our friend Phil.
Phil?
Yeah, Leovan keeps
Oh.
talking to him. Mr. Lactory?
Hello, it's I can just sit there and try shouting it out. I got a Lactory, Phil Lactory. Call for you on line 1.
No, I've been saying his name a lot and he hasn't been showing up.
I'll see what I can do to help Mr. Lactory find you guys.
Thanks.
Can I, while Leovan is speaking with the skeleton, can I investigate the room, looking for anything that things that are hidden? I'm assuming the phylactery would not be openly displayed.
Correct on that one. As you're looking around, you're thumbing through all these books. You sit there and you see, oddly enough, the words on the spine are written in common. And one will sit there and just say necromancy, and the next one enchantment, the next one abjuration, so on and so forth, until all the schools of magic are covered. But the weird part here is that none of it is written in it's not organized in alphabetical order.
Right.
you can sit there and you try just taking a random book, thumbing it out, seeing how Xanther will react to it. Nothing. No reaction. You continue along and put your hands on the doors. And on the northeast door, you open that up. And behind the secret door is a small, dusty room. Rising from the floor on the eastern half of the room is a scaly arm and claw, clutching a small box made of bone.
That looks significant.
I don't touch it, but I step out of the room and motion to Hagrid to come over by me.
I was gonna say, can Hagrid tell for sure if this guy really is a lich or not, or if he's just kind of some sort of undead skeleton?
Can you repeat the question?
Would Hagrid be able to tell if the dude we're talking to, Xanther, is actually a lich, or if he's just under some other sort of curse?
Oh,
doesn't seem to be particularly aggressive or anything.
You know for a fact that this is a lich.
Okay.
There is no doubt about that. He just has a giant doubt about who he is.
I know the feels.
Yeah, so there's as Esmeralda kind of thumbs around the room, she grabs the book that just says restoration on it and thumbs through it and goes like, excuse me, Xanther, do you know why this book is empty? Empty? Why would I shelve an empty book? Is there a command word or something just to get it off? To make the text appear? I've heard of these before. Oh. He pulls out a whole bunch of scraps of paper. I'm sure it's written down here somewhere. He just throws them onto a table. He looks through. Wash hands. Anything? With soap. Anything? Turn off the water. Anything?
Crispin's writing these down, thinking they're real magical words.
All right, so I go over by Lucian.
Okay.
I point out the what I believe to be the phylactery, and I say, I think we need to smash that.
Is it in an area that I can swing at it without touching it right now?
I'm confused by the way you phrase that to swing at it without touching it.
If it's out in the open, if it's not on a shelf.
Like,
Does he have room to swing?
Clean swing at it?
Yeah, if I don't have to move it in order to not hit something else.
It's at a it's on a pedestal in the middle of this little secret room. So it seems to me that you'd be able to sit there and overhead smack it.
So are we ready for this? Because I'm pretty sure he's not going to be absent-minded professor anymore.
Well, I mean, either it'll destroy him or it'll incite rage, but I think we need to do this while we still have an opportunity to do it before he remembers what he's doing.
Agreed.
Is the box openable?
Everyone was ready for this.
I want to take out the leash I made and tell Xanther, hey, can you show this guy that this isn't really much a big deal?
You didn't think he could look more confused. You were wrong.
So I just want to slowly drape it over his head.
What is this, some sort of necktie?
Yes.
Wow. Lich on a leash. All right. That's interesting.
Feeling like a lich on a leash.
I just want to let you guys know that you have done this exactly the way in order to make this as weird as possible.
That's our knack. That's the NASA approach.
Yeah, like, somehow this went from like deadly encounter to weird roleplay encounter.
I turn my back to Hagrid and the phylactery, and I just kind of guard the door with my left hand on my the handle of the dagger of venom on the back of my belt, and BAO in my right hand down by my side, keeping an eye on Xanthar.
Mm-hmm.
All right. And as I'm hearing Korn playing in my head, Freak on a Leash, I am readying my warhammer to try and smash the bone box.
Okay. I am not going to make you roll to hit because you're not in danger right now. You are not rushed in any way, shape, or form. This is like you're able to take like practice warm-up swings as if this is a karate master trying to break concrete blocks stacked on top of it. So I'm just going to have you roll damage instead.
All right. Doing my best imitation of trying to ring the bell at a carnival.
I was thought you were going to say Gallagher.
Yeah, there you go. All right, let's split this watermelon. And I could only have rolled one worse than that. So that is, let's see, 2, 6, 7 plus 1, so 8.
What kind of damage?
1 radiant and 7 bludgeoning.
As you come down, if this was the carnival, you wouldn't have rung the bell. It would have been somewhere around noodly arms, is how you did. However, you notice that actually smashing it didn't do anything to crush the box. It looks relatively undamaged from that regard. It was that transfer of holy energy looks to create some scorch marks around the side of the box. So for attempting to smash it, you slightly singed it, which both does and does not make sense.
Do I see a reaction from the Lich?
He looks confused still, but now he looks confused and like somebody pinched him in his skeletal ass.
I tried to smash it again.
Okay.
Rolling damage only again?
Correct.
All right. 13 bludgeoning and 1 radiant.
All right. Once again, you sit there and you crush it down, and you felt like you did better on that swing, and you honestly try to damage it. But once again, the bludgeoning had no effect. The singeing looks a little bit more coming through. You are getting the idea here is it's not the physical destruction on here, but the radiant damage that you're doing is what's actually causing some sort of damage to the phylactery.
All right. I've got my next plan in place.
Mm-hmm.
What you notice about Xanthar, or whatever his name is, Xavier. How are the X-Men doing?
How's the X-Men doing?
Yeah.
He sits there and it's like he takes his skeletal arm and is like trying to scratch at the other side of his ass now. It seems like you've done so little radiant damage on there that it's barely a blip on his radar, and even if it was, I'm not sure he knows how to comprehend it.
So we still got time.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
I want to try to distract him while that's happening by having him talk me through his notes.
They're notes. This one says wash your hands. This one says use soap. I
Seems
hope
like
I
there's
don't pronounce the wrong
a
word.
lot about hygiene. Was that a problem for you?
You have no idea how much Lich Plague infects us all. You sit there and get immortality only to have a sniffle for the rest of your life.
All right, so if I have the chance to take another action,
Oh, you totally do.
I want to try and cast Guiding Bolt.
Okay.
Box.
All right. That one, once again, I'm not making you roll to hit at all because you can take, like, you are right now a sniper. And, like, you just sit there, you breathe, and you unload, and it always hits. One shot, one kill, roll damage.
All right, since this is a regular spell and not a bonus action, I want to use it at 5th level.
Okay, roll damage.
So that actually gives me 4 more d6 on top of the 4 I roll already. So, Yahtzee. Holy cow, now math.
How's it feel to be a rogue?
Yeah, that's the worst part about doing a sneak attack.
30 radiant damage.
At this point, you cast the Guiding Bolt, and literally the pedestal, the box itself, you expected it to explode out. It actually just kind of disintegrates. There's no more pedestal, there's no more box of bones, and you sit there and see Xanther begin to disintegrate as well. And his last words is, "Curse you, He-Man!"
Well played.
How did you guys completely avoid a goddamn deadly level encounter?
I don't know. It seemed like he wasn't ready.
Sheer stupidity?
Like, here we go. I'm going to read to you the fucking book now that he's dead.
Okay.
Okay? The Lich has fewer hit points than normal and doesn't remember its name and forgotten all of its prepared spells. It does, however, know its cantrips. A greater restoration spell restores the Lich's memory and all of its spells. Another casting brings it back to its hit point maximum. If the characters restore its memory, the Lich gives them the passwords to all the locked doors in the Amber Temple. It also provides information pertaining to Strahd and the temple presented at the start of the chapter. If the characters ask, it provides them with the command words for any of the books in the library, giving you access to any spell in the game.
Oh, man.
We maybe went a little too fast.
Yeah.
Wow. So we just destroyed a font of information.
The important thing is we killed something.
But guess what, guys? Guess what? Now I know you're not metagaming.
Shit. Ah, man. That kind of sucks.
Is he still physically here?
No!
No, we destroyed his soul. He's gone.
Okay. Well, I don't know how that works. So I just have an empty leash.
Come back.
Yeah, I guess I could have brought him back from the dead with that thing I have.
I thought that's for your.
But you know what? We did get out of this. We did get some powers. We got a map of Castle Ravenloft, and we have an idea of where we can, like, what we can do to destroy Strahd's immortality.
Well, let's see if we can find another way to figure out how to get through those doors. You said there was a second secret door up here, right?
Yep, to the southeast.
Let's take a look in there.
Guys, I closed the book.
What do we have had to do to invoke a fight from Lich?
Basically, if you did more than 1 radiant damage per attack, because the way the phylactery worked is that if a single source of damage did 20 damage or more, radiant damage, it instantly destroyed the phylactery. Anything else was like nothing happened.
So basically, like, we went from barely doing anything so he didn't know what was going on to completely obliterating it, and we missed the
Yes.
in-between part where a fight happened.
Yes.
While I'm glad that I'm still alive from a lich encounter, I'm confused as to where this leaves us.
I will say one thing. This is the second time that, as a party, we have encountered a lich and not fought it.
Well, to answer your question, Dan, the entire goal here was to find out if there was any sort of vestiges or relics that would greatly even the odds against Strahd.
And we fucked that up completely.
Well, Crispin just had a great idea. In Argina Vascult, there's that big fucking dragon.
Mm-hmm.
Can't I bring that thing back to life?
I have to look to see how things are worded, but I'm not going to instantly say no, but I kind of really want to say no.
You don't want us to storm Ravenloft with a dragon? What a douche.
We're going White Walker on these guys.
I fucking don't
on
want
that
to
dragon.
story this.
So we didn't completely fuck up Haggard. We got some
Good boons.
vestiges.
Yeah,
You know, like
vestiges.
Esmeralda's got something, Crispin's got something. I can cast some cold stuff that does a good amount of damage. And we learned
Turn somebody into a lich.
right, and we learned
We met a fox frenemy.
we learned how to we learned what we came here to learn, which was how to make sure that Strahd dies for good.
Yep. Also, Laven has basically become the Chuck Bartowski of magic.
I don't get it.
Like, in my headcanon, by accepting that deal, you basically have everything there is to know about magic implanted into your head. But
Have to get the right word or phrase or image that triggers the memory.
yes. All right, guys. So that's 6 o'clock. I've got another D&D game coming up in an hour, and I need to eat dinner.
Okay.
Very nice.
Yeah.
So we're supposed to be okay with the fact that you're pouring out on us?
Dan, I've been D&D cheating on you for the last 2 years.
Oh, gee.
Yeah, his that other game started before ours did.
Yeah. Like, if you think you guys are the side hose.
I still feel used.
Good.
All right, I'm gonna stop the stream. So thanks for watching, guys, and yeah, that's how to fight a lich without fighting a lich.